see it.
Hold up, wait a minute.
The commission.
Really be focused on that. Look at him. Yeah.
The commission.
Why does Mike always feel the need to plug Social Death whenever he can?
I said 25th concert happened.
Okay.
It is. It ain't coming to Philly though.
I know, right? Why do we
It's
care?
not going nowhere.
Nobody cares. It's like, no,
What?
Hey, that was just that one concert.
Are you serious?
Yo.
So it's like a bad boy joint, right?
They toured that.
Right.
But
they did tour.
They did do it at the State Farm. I mean, they did. Oh, no, they did one last. It was 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah, by the way. Welcome to the Commission Podcast. Hey, episode 17. Hey.
Hey, guys,
I'm thinking to myself, at least I plug a label, though, that actually has a history. Kev be plugging anything Murder Inc. related for like they 3 summers. They had 3 summers max.
I mean, the legacy continues according to recent history. You know. Yeah, man.
I heard Ja Rule sold out, what? 200 seats ASAP?
Ashanti still selling out 24 seat arena shows.
Yo, 14 tickets.
You guys.
14 tickets.
It was a bad communication from what I heard.
Oh my goodness.
Bad communication.
Bad communication.
What?
No promotion.
No promotion. It's Ashanti, man.
Yo, 14.
You said it earlier. Ashanti is how old? 30 plus.
It don't matter.
She's trying to do a show in college for 18-year-olds. They don't even know who Ashanti is.
Man, I'm pretty sure some of them young boys got Ashanti when they
No, and when you at a college, you know how it is. When you're at a college campus, man, it ain't
The
but so much.
fifth-year kid might know.
Well, look,
the super duper scene.
Yeah.
it ain't but so much going on. You figure it ain't but so much going on. Like,
You just gonna go just for the hell of it?
Well, that's bad when you're on a college campus because you think about how most colleges are set up, right? They're in the middle of nowhere.
exactly.
It's nothing for you to do. So some college kid was like, you know what? I'd rather sit in my dorm tonight, so eat some top ramen. You know what I mean?
Also, where was this college located?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good
That's
question.
a good question. I mean, but
It's
still,
in Texas. All right, cool. Man, they ain't going to Ashanti concert.
I mean,
But if
every
it's
school
in
got to have at least a black
Philly,
student union or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
man.
that's
You know what I
area
mean?
they go.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. It's Ashanti, baby. Yeah,
14
man.
tickets. You mean to tell me it got to be?
I mean, I'd be there.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
the
you
creepy
you
old
own
guy on the college game.
Just you and Ja Rule. That's it. You know what I mean?
50 would be there.
Oh man, 50 ain't gonna be there.
First row.
Yo, so 50 bought out that Ja Rule performance or concert.
Super petty.
Yo, on Groupon for $15.
On Groupon.
Yeah, he had to emphasize that too. Like I bought these on Groupon.
Well, it says it on the screenshot. Like he posted the
Yeah, he
screenshot at first. I'm like, does that say Groupon in the
But
corner?
not for
That's
nothing.
crazy.
When was the last time 50 did a show in the States?
Why does 50 need to do a show? In the
He
States?
doesn't. He doesn't need to do a show in the States. I'm just saying, would a 50 show in the States sell out anywhere?
I think in Vegas it would. I think you perform in the club in Vegas, you can probably do like a house set. Like you could be.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that do
residencies.
Vegas.
50's not
Yeah.
selling out Madison Square Garden.
Nah, he wouldn't even attempt to though.
You're right. He wouldn't.
Wait a minute. Ashanti's not selling out my downstairs.
Yo,
I'm saying, like, what are we talking, what are we
And that's
talking
with
about?
free drinks.
2 drink minimum.
Right, what are we talking about?
So I got some trivia. Now I just thought about something. Do y'all recall another time where another artist bought out the venue for somebody else to perform in?
This is a hip hop show?
Yes.
This really happened?
Yeah, this really happened.
Who?
E40,
For who?
Biggie.
Wait a minute.
So yeah,
What?
yeah. So
Hey, go. Hold up. We need a music for one of Mike's stories. Mike be having
right?
mad industry
y'all supposed
stories.
to be the hip hop
Yeah, I mean,
historians.
yeah,
we need like
you
some
mean-
hip hop
We need
historians.
LeBron,
here.
the hip hop
What-
historian.
yeah, I know,
here.
right? But Mike be having mad industry
He
stories,
does.
yo.
We gotta get
go
Mike his
ahead.
own theme music.
We
I don't
definitely
got
do.
it.
What you got,
We'll
Mike?
figure something out. Nah, but apparently there was a beef between Big. He was talking about some other West Coast artists. So to prove a point, E40 they booked the show, and they booked them. So Big flew out I think he said he noticed like when he was in the like as he got on stage, and E40 tells the story too. But he was like when he noticed like when he was on stage, they wasn't there to be like, yeah, we're fans.
So it was like some beef.
Yeah. So I think 40.
I study rap battles for a living.
I never heard of it.
I think Drake heard of it. But nah. So what happened was I think he hollered. He told him like, yo, come outside. He came outside. They had whatever the conversation was that they had. And then 40 told him he gonna make sure he get back to New York safe though, because he had balls out there that was just they ready to prove, make a point, show 40 they down or whatever the case may be. And he explained to him like, I can touch you if I want to touch you.
He base guard.
And then and then he said his homie, he had security stay with him the whole time he was out there. And I think this may have been in Sacramento or something like that. Y'all Google it, check it out. It's online. It should be. But I'm saying that to the fans too. But this was probably like I think he said this was like maybe like 95-ish.
Damn.
Yeah,
that happened in 95.
Yo, E40 got
That's
him out
when
there.
Big was at his height.
Got him out there on the West Coast. It had to have been like a small, maybe like a club size venue. So maybe it could, like maybe a club size little venue or something like that. All them boys that was in there, they was 40s guys, neighborhood dudes. Like they all in there, like, and I think C's even talk about this too. He like ain't nobody really in there like showing you no vibe that they here for a concert. And then that's when they was just like, this when it gets real. So
nice.
Yeah.
Rap is competitive, man. You know what I mean? You can't just be talking smack out there.
50's super petty though. I'm here.
Yeah,
for
he
it.
did that out of pettiness.
Yeah, I'm here for the pettiness because I think it's hilarious.
My question is, if you're Ja Rule, right? I mean, the venue is booked, technically.
You've already spent the money.
I mean,
that they gave the upfront money they gave you. It's already spent.
You know what I mean? They ain't already provide your ride in the whole 9 yards. Are you going out there?
Some Skittles and a Mountain Dew?
Yo. I'm gonna get a Ja Rule drop next week.
Yo, it's surprising that we haven't heard
a
a Ja Rule instrumental on the intro yet.
I know.
I'm a little super shocked.
Yeah,
You know
about to
what's
start digging through the
funny? I
crates.
almost thought about putting clap back on the board.
Oh God,
No,
no! Please don't put
that.
clap
Don't
back
do
on
that.
it. If all the Ja
Yeah,
Rule singles,
he
not
had some
put
better
that.
stuff than that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But if you Ja Rule, do you perform? Do you have to perform?
You have to.
You have to go out there in front of an empty arena and
If you're
perform?
50, do you show up and clown them?
If I'm 50, I'm there with my phone in hand and I'm recording the entire show.
Hey, one thing is guaranteed. At least he got 200 purchased tickets. Because remember, last time he had to cancel that Syracuse concert.
That's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
know what I mean?
He leaving with at least a couple racks. And, well, whatever percentage Ja Rule is entitled to off of the ticket sales, if he gets anything at all.
Yeah,
Is Ja Rule selling out to TLA?
it's no way.
No, absolutely
No?
Name a smaller venue. Name a smaller venue.
A smaller venue than TLA?
My daughter's high school?
Yeah.
Did he sell out the gym?
Right. No, because remember P&B Rock sold that.
Yo,
No,
is
he's
50
not
selling out to TLA?
Is 50 selling out? I can see that.
Really?
I can see
Still,
that.
yeah. 50 would sell it out for more than just his music. Like
Yeah.
if you told
50 would promote it too better.
yeah, well, no one follows Ja Rule.
See, keep in mind.
Clearly, since we haven't heard the Kehlani record, so no one follows
Nah.
Ja Rule.
And not
Did
to
he get
mention,
Pregnant now, by the way.
Yeah, right.
not to mention,
Kehlani, excuse me.
there's no budget. Like there's no marketing, but like for Ja Rule, you trying. Dang, I hate to sound like I'm disrespecting the ball, but
You are
I
disrespecting.
know. But I gotta get back to disrespecting him. Nah, but for the most part though, you don't have the extra money to spend. Like you need all that money to come in to pay you back.
Does Ja Rule still have to tour?
What?
No.
The only person buying his catalog is you, bro.
Nah, dog.
Yo,
He
you're
sold
the
millions of
only-
records.
God, yo, you gonna keep championing this, huh? You
He
really
did.
are.
He sold millions of
I
records.
mean, he also had on MTV Cribs. Was that a rented house? He was the first one they exposed to that.
I don't know.
That
did
wasn't
he?
his house on MTV Cribs
I wouldn't
and
be
whatnot.
surprised. I mean, is that a shocker to anyone that Ja Rule don't
I don't
really
know.
own that money like that? What has Ja done recently that would make people want to see Ja?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
That's the point.
But I
There you go.
almost say the same thing about Ashanti. Granted, Ashanti still puts out music.
She does.
Rarely.
I mean,
but
Ashanti
No,
is
she's got
still.
an album coming out
And
soon.
she just was featured on Wayne's album.
Yeah, good point.
I mean,
Which he did say that song was done years ago though.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's out
But
now.
She was featured in that Ciroc commercial too.
Yeah,
See,
oh,
Ashanti
sure.
can always go to that. I mean, she's a nice looking young lady, so
Right.
You would hope that she would be able to sell more than 40.
You would think Ashanti now at this stage of her career should be playing like the music festivals for like my peer group. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to see her at Essence.
I'm not performing at a college.
But see, her music, let me. Matter of fact, since we was.
Wait a minute, hold on. Talking about, can Usher perform in a college with that last project?
Yeah, he definitely could. Usher could perform in a college
First
regardless
of all,
because ladies would go to see
No
Usher.
ladies would not go to see Usher now.
Usher wouldn't
Not
take a
now.
college tour, period.
No, not now, no.
Usher's pride wouldn't let him take a college tour.
Oh, God.
Like, let's be real.
Insider. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nah,
I don't know Usher, so I don't know nothing about
Yeah,
it.
I think
I know
so.
you
The
do.
dude that's so.
Somebody would sit him down and be like, "We're not doing this."
Yeah, he's not doing that. Like, yo, we.
Wait a minute. So you saying Ja Rule, who was at the
Hell
apex of hip hop, his pride
This is a
won't?
fact.
Because he probably needs the money. I'm sure Usher had a better financial guy, whereas he doesn't have to go out. Like, he's not nickel and dime in the game to keep the lights on.
I disagree.
I don't think
If
Ja
you're
Rule's
putting out
taking
projects
a
like what you
Uber
just
to
put
his
out,
show.
if you're putting out projects like you just put out, it tells me that you don't have faith in your loyal fan base, and you trying to go younger. So
I
that don't tell
understand
me
that.
that you got bread like that.
But at one point or another, you had a few albums
yeah,
where you selling, you know, you going platinum in a week. You
Listen,
10 million sold.
the advantage is you started as a kid, and your money and your career has been longer, way longer,
Yeah.
relevance wise.
Ashanti's problem, and I'm about to compare the two the labels to the Murder Inc. and the So Def label.
Comes with
Here-
disrespect.
No. I'm gonna keep it 100. The music that Ashanti made was relevant just at that time.
Yeah, it's not timeless music.
Escape can go on. No, let's be real, right? I mean,
Nah, I disagree.
Escape is
bro.
not going to a
Escape.
college.
They not. But what I'm saying is that the songs that they had versus the songs that Ashanti had.
Without you. That's a classic song.
It's poppy,
bro.
though.
No, it's
was.
not. It
All right,
uses the
let me ask you
Biggie
this.
beat.
The big instrumental
Come
was-
on, man.
Yeah,
Right, I'm talking
but
about.
we know that.
Well, a lot. Well, first of all, it's
Young
not a
kids don't know
Biggie.
that.
Time out, Mike. Educate, because that's not a Biggie sample. It's actually like a mini Rippleton or something.
Yeah, Biggie had the original song though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agreed. But I'm just saying that's a popular sample though, regardless. And I guarantee you somebody else is going to sample it. Guarantees one of the kids going to get it. You know what I mean? So she could tour that. People.
She only
kids,
had one. Let's be real. She had one hot album, and that's what I'm saying. Like you
Nah,
can't.
She had like a.
No, she came out with more albums, but
She
it was
came out with more
really
songs,
only
yeah.
one hot album
The first joint.
for Ashanti. Exactly.
Yeah.
But even at that time, though, let's be real. Like after that album, the second one, she was starting already on the decline a little bit.
Boy, that was partially because the label was on the decline.
I
Let's
mean,
keep it
and
a
her
bean.
dancing and everything else that she was doing with performing. I remember hearing people just like killing her, like she's not really like a good.
I felt like
performer
a lot
and-
of girls. You heard that from a lot of women, and I felt like a lot of.
But
that
a
was
lot of
little
women
hate.
were her fans that sold that first album, though.
It was a lot. No, because she tried to. What Ashanti was doing was the Mary J route, where she was trying to appeal to a hip hop audience, and hip hop is male. And Ashanti had the look, you know what I mean. And Ashanti could at least carry a tune well enough. So, like, yeah, I think she was outside of just the female audience and her content. I was a fan. Like, I think a lot of I think even 50 helped guys be fans of her, because 50 always
Yeah,
used to
he
like talk
shouted her
about
out.
her and shout her out and all that. Like, hey, what's up, Ashanti, baby? You know what you know what I'm saying? Like,
He also said Ashanti's sideburns are thicker than
he
mine.
did.
I
He did.
mean,
He threw shade because
Yeah.
he didn't
Yo.
like Murder Inc. But he
You know
knew.
what she said? She said Nelly checked 50 on that too one day.
Oh really?
Yeah, he apologized like on the spot. Like Nelly checked him, then he went over there and apologized.
I can't see 50 apologizing to
Yo,
anybody.
she
I
said.
don't
I
see
mean,
Nelly checking 50.
the Nelly was like, yo, he must have
Yeah.
went over there and said something to him like, yo, that was disrespectful. I understand like the situation with the labels, but that's a woman or something like that, yada yada yada. And 50 went over there. I ain't saying he was scared of him or anything
Yeah, I
like that.
understand.
You know what I
got
mean?
you.
But
I got you.
apparently, but yeah, no, I'm just saying like Ashanti. I mean, for the, I don't know, man. For that time, she got a. Like the baby song was hot, the beat was hot. Like she had some stuff at that time, but I think it's like it was hot that year, maybe a little bit of the next joint, but after that,
50 made it uncool to like Murder Inc. in anything they did.
Facts.
And that's the only. And Ashanti, excuse me, while she still had a bright future, she stayed loyal too long. You know what I mean? Like, she stayed loyal to Irv, I think, way too long.
no,
If she'd
Lloyd
have-
stayed. Because Lloyd had, he actually had
Lloyd had a huge future. He definitely did. But I think Ashanti was right before Lloyd. Yeah, I think both of them are burdened as a result of the downfall of Murder Inc.
I think Ashanti would have got overshadowed by, like, say, A. Marie was popping, and A. Marie could actually sing. She can
A.
actually.
Marie just dropped 2 albums last week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, we talking 10, 15 years ago, though.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the looks don't fade. But still, I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is Ashanti, Lloyd, the R&B side of Murder Inc. was coming on the heels of Ja Rule. Ja Rule started getting clowned by 50 and had his career severely damaged. Not only him, the whole label. Irv got clowned as well. You know what I mean? So now they get into a rift back and forth, and they lose focus on their talent. And as a result, these guys end up getting shelved. FBI get involved. Now you don't hear nothing from any of these guys, and they just kind of lost in the wind.
They should have took the Birdman approach, I think, at that time.
What's the Birdman approach?
Not entertain none of that beef.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Just not entertain.
But at the time, that wasn't cool.
That blows over. And 50 was coming hard, too, with that pause.
That run that 50 in them had, why would you even entertain? Because it's no way for you to win. No. You could just, like,
you weren't putting.
You could do what Drake did.
Out there,
you can do what Drake did. You can just be like, you know what? What Drake say? I'd rather back out of this with whatever he was saying.
Bow out, have a
take that one blemish on my chink in my armor or whatever.
Because y'all was not.
Then take me to that dark place.
Because y'all know how those waves are, man. You can't stop those waves, and that G Unit wave was crazy.
It was.
So, but which is why you can't ignore it, because he wasn't letting go. Like 50 was putting out so much content, and everything was directed towards them.
And it was good too.
It was good content. It was catchy, and he kept a foot on their neck the entire. Like, you can't ignore this.
So at that time, you do, if I'm Irv, Ja, we may have to chill a little bit and let Lloyd and Ashanti, because Ja was already out for years, flagship in that whole situation.
Relax on the years part. He was out for a summer and a half.
I mean, I mean, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
So, that's legit. Right. So let Ashanti and the other Lloyd,
but
they little run.
The problem is that 50 ain't just stopping at Ja. He calling out Irv. He talking about Ashanti sideburns. He probably talked about how pretty Lloyd hair was. Like, he had talked about everybody.
Biggie went through the whole industry when it came to chicks, and they,
honestly, that's a great comparison, right? Did you think that Pac, outside of him being killed, was going to slow down on Bad Boy? He kept a foot on their neck the entire time.
Yo, and I ain't gonna front. Like, it was a point where you couldn't. Well, at least I felt this way. It was like you had to choose.
Absolutely.
I was riding with Pac. I listened to Ready to Die and everything like that, and I respected the album. I ain't gonna front. Even when I was in the shop, like, I respected the album, but if you ask me who I'm riding with, Pac all the way. Nas was one of my favorites. So I was gonna still rock out with Nas. But if it was between Biggie and,
it's a shame how they turned
Jay-Z,
the Midwest against us.
Yo, Jay-Z.
Yeah, man, you didn't even have it. You had options. You had a side to choose. We ain't had no. I didn't have a choice. I'm on the East Coast. I'm riding with the East Coast guy.
Midwest, so it don't really matter.
It does.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, I mean, come on through. Yeah,
get out of here. Chicago's closer to here than it is.
Nah, man, it's cold up there. We got the same type of energy going on. Like, what are you talking about?
Jay, I ain't feel nothing about Jay. Like, I ain't even want to give him a chance. Like, when they Reasonable Doubt came out, I'm not listening to this. It's just Jay-Z clown. Like, if you don't get out of here, it wasn't until
you knew
later.
Jay-Z, like, with Jazzo and the
I knew Jay-Z from Pac going at his neck. You know what I'm saying?
I knew Jay-Z from Dead Presidents 2. No, 1 on the mixtape. And from that point on, I was waiting for. I couldn't wait for his album to drop, because I was like, "Oh shit, this guy's nice." He dropped the same day as Nas. I'm like, "Damn, I didn't even listen to him for a minute." But yeah, nah, I'm riding with anything East. I mean, and not now, but back then as a kid, as an immature youth, I was. I don't want to talk about that no more.
Yeah, we gave Murder Inc. a lot of burn.
I know. I don't know why we get.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
so we know who's working the board.
Exactly. Clearly.
Tails is coming back out soon.
Kev seemed like he'd have been an intern in Murder Inc., man.
And would have loved every minute of it.
I would have worked there. I would have been like 17 years old probably when they was popping. So.
Yeah, I see you walking in with the crates. Yeah, I see
at Murder Inc. You would have want to be an intern at Murder Inc.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want to.
When are they having it? Are they having their 25th?
Oh God, Jesus
What?
Christ.
Their 25th year anniversary, anything like that?
I don't think
Murder
it's been
Inc.?
25 years yet.
Did they make it even? Well, anyway, let's move forward.
They still exist. I mean, do they?
They do.
I mean, I'm assuming.
In your hearts, they
They're not a
do.
record
The
label
Ink,
anymore.
right? They're not called it the Ink.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're the Ink.
Not anymore. Come on.
They're not the Ink anymore.
Ja Rule's
Just
not
drop the
signed
murder.
to a record label.
No, I didn't say Ja Rule. I'm just talking about the label itself. Like we're not
Yeah,
talking
because
about.
that's what Uri was talking. We giving them way too much play.
Why are we doing this? How did we even get here?
Let's move on.
I know you guys brought this up too.
No,
what was
we
saying
didn't.
earlier?
How did we
What
even
was saying?
start?
Wasn't basketball on or something? What's going on?
No, we was talking about 50 clowning people.
Nah, all right, before that. Like, let's go to something else.
This
I
is
wanna-
take 2.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
it's a great game on. Hey guys, you watched the NBA lately? Anybody see?
Steph went off the other night, didn't he?
He put up 51 and 51 and
goodness.
54 3/4, something like
He
that.
had like
Crazy.
13 threes too, something, right?
11 for
11.
16.
Yeah.
Crazy, nuts, insane.
That is crazy.
Yeah, guess what? Newsflash, they're winning the chip again. Shocker.
You see the the Cavs were selling tickets for $4.
That's embarrassing. LeBron should go back and buy out that arena. and nobody show up.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. Yo, imagine if you're Dan Gilbert and last year this time
Dan Gilbert should have got out. He should have sold that team
Should've
last
sold
year.
it. I agree. Totally agree. Definitely should have cashed
Yeah.
out. He'd have made a killing.
Ain't Usher one of the owners?
He is.
Part owner?
Yeah.
Always comes back.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's like the,
No, wait, I'm just saying about.
Chris Brown.
Well, listen, all y'all got one.
So
you
I can't
you
say-
got one.
I
Yours
can't
is
say,
Murder
yo,
Inc.
a celebrity's.
Anything
Nelly-
death related.
Nelly's a
obviously
part
is gonna
owner of Charlotte. Can I say that?
I feel
Is
like
that safe to say?
No,
Or am
I still feel like
Yeah,
he's
he
an
is.
affiliate. I think he's an
He's an affiliate?
Yeah, he's
Right, him
like
and JD cool,
he's like
so
an
nah, I
ambassador or
can't say
something.
that.
Yeah, no, you can't.
All right,
no,
well,
nothing.
moving forward.
nothing Midwest related.
Who's an
you know what I
affiliate of
mean?
that left hook that Rondo threw on
Yo,
Chris Paul last week?
Man, that was man. First of all, let's break down the
Well, I don't know the backstory on the beef between the two. I just know they don't get along.
Mike.
I just think Chris Paul dirty as shit. So
You think he's dirty?
he's a dirty player, man. He do a lot of little sneak stuff. Like he just, I've never really felt him
some
like
of the other
that.
players that used to play with him, I don't know who it was. They interviewed him on ESPN. And he's like, "Yeah, I played with both of them. Chris Paul's a bum. Like he's dirty. Like you're saying.
Nah, I mean, you see him last year. He punched KD
Well-
in the nuts.
Tried
Tried
get in the
it
locker
twice.
room last
Yeah,
year.
well,
Yeah.
that was the Clippers though. Remember
Yeah.
him and Blake had beef, and they took it spilled into the locker room. Chris Paul happened to know the back entry into the visitors'
That was
locker
Austin
room.
Rivers, right? Trying to get him jumped.
Yeah.
right?
Well, he was trying to beat up Austin Rivers.
Okay.
Chris Paul came back there with who was on that? Was it?
Chris Paul's not a big guy to be.
But he talks a lot of stuff. Like I remember even seeing one time, like he hates when people pat him on top of the head,
Yeah.
whatever. You know,
I
that's
agree
just.
with that. Yeah.
I don't like that either. You know what I mean?
What?
But if
Yeah.
you playing ball, it's just like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah,
it just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
happens. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Tap on
Especially
it,
if
whatever.
you're a big guy, you
Yeah,
know,
you're a
he gonna
big
do
guy.
that.
He a lot smaller than you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He gets mad about it. Like, it's like he got a Napoleon complex. But that's not where I think the beef comes from. I just think that they're too much of the same person. Like, it's not like Rondo out here is a saint. Like, I don't know where that, you know what I mean? I'm not
I
going to
ain't
paint
saying-
that narrative.
I ain't
Like,
saying that
Rondo
either.
just as big of a, you know what I mean?
We never seen Rondo kick somebody. Like who did Chris Paul kick that
I
time?
don't remember Chris Paul kicking somebody, but I do remember him
Oh
fighting
my
with somebody.
goodness! Remember
a
he
couple
was on the
times.
ground and he kicked the kicked the dude up in his nuts. He got suspended
You
for
sure
that.
that's not Draymond, bro? That's what Draymond known
Nah,
for, bro.
Chris Paul been doing this.
You know what I'm
Chris
saying?
Paul been doing this for a minute.
I'm not saying
You know what
I'm not saying
saying?
Chris Paul is known for being a dirty player. I agree, but he's just like he's an antagonist. And to me, what started the whole thing, first of all, these boys don't like each other. I heard back in the day, Rondo told Chris Paul he would never win a championship. This was after Rondo won with the Celtics.
That's Chris
And-
Brown. I mean Chris Brown.
Chris Paul.
It's
Yeah,
Chris
look at
Paul.
you. Channeling
That's Chris
your
Paul.
inner KP.
I know.
Yeah. No, and then Chris Paul said, well, the only reason you won is because you playing with KG and Paul Pierce. You know what I mean? So it's that history. That's how far back it goes. And they're the same guy. They both have big attitudes. Chris Paul, for
Chris
whatever
Paul's
reason.
had a lot of good supporting cast though. Like that's kind of ridiculous to say.
And
that.
still hasn't won.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
I don't know
how many
if he's
teams you
had
been on?
Hall of Fame level supporting cast that Rondo's had now.
I mean,
don't
let's
know.
be real. When they all jumped on that Boston bandwagon,
Don't give me that they was over the hill shit.
Oh, no. I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
What I'm saying though is that they wasn't over the hill yet, but they was walking.
It was
up
on the way
hill.
out. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, but they still was in a prime.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
they
what
still
I mean?
was balling. Then they had Ray was out
and
there
Ray
for
was
a
out
second.
there,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
saying it was a solid team.
Absolutely.
But Chris, let's not. I mean, that's not you guys.
Blake, you're not gonna tell me Blake Griffin is
They had a
in the
squad.
same.
I ain't
is
even
in
talking
the
about that.
same
I'm talking
breath
about
as-
last
Last year,
Houston
too.
team.
Okay, last year he went down.
Now he went down. I mean,
He didn't
everybody-
play.
I understand
Well,
that.
wait a minute.
But
You
that's
gotta
what
play
you
the-
get. Because hold on, what did
That
he
was
do?
just what you
No,
get.
a play before that he did something greasy anyway. So when he came down and he probably
Man, we-
stretched his hamstring trying to kick somebody on
See,
it.
there we
You know what I'm saying?
Here's
No,
where
but
the
something
conspiracy
happened, though.
theories come out.
Something
of the
happened like a
woodwork,
couple
you know what I mean?
plays before that, and then he went down there and he got hurt, and then we knew it was a wrap. But I don't think it would. Honestly, I wish that didn't happen because when people say, he got hurt,"
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, that's the only reason why they lost."
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, because they had the moment. If you watch the series, you could tell.
Greg, but you
Yo,
see
they
in the
had the
playoffs.
momentum.
You see in the playoffs all the time. One team destroys the other team. The next game, that other team comes back and destroys the other team.
Yeah,
All over again.
But in basketball, momentum makes a difference. Like especially mentally, if you in your opponent's head, if you're in your opponent's head, then they're more likely to miss shots. You know what I mean? They're more likely
That
to take
game.
ill-advised shots. Okay,
But-
fine. That they win that game. They carry that
Did
momentum.
they even
into
win
the
that
next-
game?
I don't. They
I
did
think
win. No,
when
they
he
did.
got hurt, did they win that game that night? I think they lost
No,
that
they
game.
no, they won that game because remember they won the next two, and that's how they closed them out. Because they had 2 games left. That was game 4. I mean, I'm sorry, game 5. They won game
They
6
won
and
game.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, they swept in the last 2 games. Game 6 was in Houston because if Chris Paul would have played, everyone thought that would have been the game they would have closed them out in. They went back to Golden State and they closed them out
Yeah.
at Golden State. But nonetheless, it makes a difference. Either way, that's the history, right? So in my opinion, Chris Paul is standing there posing
Mm-hmm.
like this.
Like he a tough guy.
Like he a tough guy.
Arms crossed.
You know what I mean? Rondo, like, now, in my opinion, I don't know if I actually saw the spit fly.
Yeah, they like zoomed in on that and was like, all right, you guys are.
This is
They
what
was fishing.
Yeah.
I thought they was fishing. Everybody I talked to be like, no, he
He
definitely
like
did.
gleated on him.
I do. Everybody does like, it's,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. It looked like when I saw it, like, he just was so close to him because Chris is posturing that it went into his face or whatever. Chris, first of all, if someone did spit in your face, you don't just poke
Yeah,
them.
you swinging
Yeah.
at him.
You know what I mean? Because you say Rondo didn't respond with a poke when he felt like somebody disrespected his personal space. He responded with that left to
with
the
that left hook.
You know what I mean?
That left hook connected. too.
clean.
Chris, I was looking at it again today. Chris, he.
I ate that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see it all over his face. He's like, he for real. He punching.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't expect that at all. But in Chris Paul's defense, he came back
He
strong with a
did.
nice
He
little
slept a
little
little
hook.
upper-
Yeah,
yeah, he
man.
slept a little
I thought he
little
got
uppercut.
2 of them in there, but
I think he did get 2.
Yeah, I mean, he gave him with a bang bang. I'm like, okay,
But
Chris.
that left was
The
just
first one
so
was so-
flush. and
because
like-
the first person who swings, who catches him, that's always the
Yeah,
worst
yeah,
one.
yep.
That's always, if you fighting and you get caught with the first clean one that starts the melee. Oh man, that's
it's like
always-
you lost that fight, especially
Yeah, 'cause
when people start breaking it
definitely
up.
lost it.
No matter what you do,
Yeah, no
like,
matter what you do
when
after
I get
that.
3 punches in. Nah,
yeah,
dog.
man.
Everybody seen
Yo,
that
he caught
first
your
punch
ass clean. Yo, you all right still?
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Ingram comes running the whole floor.
yeah.
Yeah, that
But he
extra.
was already getting into it with was that the Harden thing was
He
before the
shoved
fight,
Harden. It was all in the same play.
Oh, okay.
Ingram started
right?
everything.
Yeah, you're right. He did.
Yeah, he shoved Harden because, and later we find out that Harden was probably talking shit to him because he kept drawing fouls on him, like Harden always
Yeah.
do with that whack stuff. And they
Yeah.
got to the NBA has to look at that.
This is
what
like
Harden
the
does.
3rd year, 4th
Yes.
year that's been complained about, and they always say, "Oh yeah, next year we gonna be on top
Right.
of it," and nothing.
Nothing ever happens. So he gets frustrated, and like I'm sure many players want to do the Harden. He was like, "Yo, man, fuck you." You know what I mean?
You see,
He just
Draymond
shoved
did
him.
it last year. The first game.
Yeah, yeah.
like the first play of that
You
series
get
last year.
frustrated. Like, yo, I would go crazy. Like, yeah, anybody would go crazy because this guy never gets any calls against him. You know what I mean? And he initiates the contact. So he shoves him. Then he gets in the ref's face. Then everybody like pulls him away. And I don't know why Chris Paul is just standing there like that bothers me when someone just stands there like, it's almost like you inviting trouble. Like you're inviting me to do something.
You waiting for me to do something so you can say, well, he started it.
Exactly.
How many games did Rondo get? 4 for that?
No, he got 3.
Oh, 3?
Yeah, Paul got 2.
I thought someone got 4 games.
Nah, Paul got 2, Rondo got 3, Ingram got 5.
Rondo got 3 because that thing landed so clean. They said, we can't have this.
Nah.
I thought he would have got more games than that.
You just can't be punching the head of the Players Association. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
What do you think LeBron's thinking of the whole thing?
Well, first of all, let me ask y'all this, right? You played sports before, right? You played organized sports before, right? So if you get into a melee with the opposing team, and you see somebody on your team put their arm around the opposing team player that's involved in the ruckus, the altercation, how are you feeling?
As long as they're not like adding to it.
No, they calming them down. They like, no, you're my friend.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not mad at that.
You're not mad at that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're like, if they grab them, like, pull them off and they jerk.
No, it wasn't even. No, it's not. It's no aggressive fashion. It's oh no, you're my friend. Don't hurt my friend. My teammates.
I mean, one thing I can say is that.
Oh, you mean LeBron? Like
LeBron
grabbed Chris Paul.
He coddled Chris Paul and
not,
calmed him down, as opposed to Rondo, who was involved in the melee.
I thought you meant if like somebody else just random grabs my.
No. Your teammate goes to the opposing team to console them.
Yeah,
in the middle of the fight.
Problem with that.
I'm on this tip where it's like.
Because he's the same guy. Hold on. He's the same guy that, like, when the players fall down, he says,
stay down. Let your brother get you up.
Right. Okay. What about when we get in the fight?
He should have told Chris Brown. Chris Paul, stay down.
That's your second Chris Brown reference.
It is.
We need to get a.
Mike's thinking about his playlist tracks.
Right?
Nah, but once again, though, he told Chris Paul, like, he should have told him to stay down and let one of your brothers pick you up. I gotta go grab my man. Michael Jordan wouldn't have did that. Let's just be clear.
But that's the message that you sent. Okay, so wait a minute. He's down and you running over to pick him up. He's your brother?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even wearing
the same
colors.
Just because y'all got that bromance, when that clock is on.
Nah, we gotta check that.
Yeah.
And then if you break the play-by-play down, right? So when Rondo connects with Chris, the first person I look at who's standing literally inches away is your man Melo. Did you see Melo's face? He wants no parts of it. And it's making me, first of all, your Baltimore card has officially been revoked. You're not from Baltimore anymore.
What you mean? Why? Because he ain't want no parts of it?
No, he's from New York. He claims it. He claims it and that. Yeah, that's and the latter. But yeah, he claims he's from New York. And you can't be from Baltimore if you just standing there while your teammates getting smashed in the face.
Why?
He's like, I just got here, though.
We're on the same.
Yeah, you're on the same
I'm
team,
about to say,
man.
If we're fighting,
I don't care if I don't like you.
Yeah, I don't. If we're fighting. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's fighting. Yes,
you're on the court.
Yes, we're on the court.
Let's remember who we talking about. We talking about Melo.
See, now you throwing.
No. I'm not throwing shots. I'm saying he don't. First of all, he don't want to be coming off the bench nowhere. He's tainted by that.
Oh, so he mad at Chris Paul because
he's not mad at Chris Paul, but he just like it ain't like I not to say I chose to be here, but it's just like he's not in the best situation that he would want for himself.
Dude, you lucky to be in the league.
I understand that, but at the same, this is Melo that we talking about. He don't recognize all that.
Okay,
he feel like he should probably be a starter somewhere.
That's crazy.
So you probably kind of tight about that.
In Cleveland,
and then
he could have started in Atlanta. He didn't want to be in Atlanta. He chose to come to Houston.
And then you look at it like, man, I ain't about to get fined for this.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd think of that. At that
he
moment.
didn't even attempt to grab him,
he just stood there.
Like, he didn't even attempt to break it. He literally, you know how he looked at it? He looked at it like how you looked at it. Like,
was he already on the court?
He was literally standing right there. He was standing.
I don't remember seeing him.
Right, because you saw we're so focused on the connection. But they zoomed in on everything
out of the way too.
Right. Funny. Yeah, it was
after that left connected.
When they break it down, it's so funny to see what everybody does in the moments leading. That's how I noticed that Chris Paul was standing like this. I didn't even notice that the first time. And Melo's like, ooh, like when he connected, he's like, ugh, like damn.
When do they play again?
Oh man, whatever it is,
Christmas
I'm
Day.
tuned in. I am locked in.
It's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be interesting the rest of the year. The rest of the year. Oh man, that's gonna be good. And I hope should Rondo be starting still?
Why shouldn't he?
Because Lonzo's playing good. because Lonzo plays
Lonzo
good.
looked good last night.
I'm about to say Lonzo was playing really good.
That
Lonzo,
step back though, he's getting real. He's
yeah,
getting a lot of confidence.
he getting
in
confidence
step
with that.
back.
It's ugly as hell, but
Yeah.
it's becoming effective.
I mean,
and
let's
him,
see.
Kuzma, and LeBron, they run well together just because they're athletic.
Someone on ESPN today was saying that the Lakers are actually look better when LeBron's off the court than when he's on.
Lance will make you dance. You
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah,
You seen it. You know what I mean? And
Yo, when I seen LeBron run over there to get Lance,
that was the weirdest thing.
yeah, that was.
That's the weirdest thing to see them
Yeah.
embrace. Like, yo, what?
I like Lance though, man. Lance is he like an old head on the court
Just
that's
extra.
always extra, always hustling though, like always like you.
Come
like,
on,
he
young
in the
girl.
way.
Come on, young-
This because he really playing hard. I like.
Did y'all
I
ever
like
see
it, though.
Uncle Drew? Did you ever watch Uncle Drew?
Nah, I didn't. Was it good?
Yeah, you got. It's fun. It's funny because of that.
Okay.
Because you gonna recognize every type of player that they got on the court. I mean, some of them obviously exaggerated, but there's that guy that you know the old head who be on the court that just be hustle, young fella. Come on, young. You know what I mean? Who gonna foul you hard? That's gonna have that old man strength. That's gonna try to back you down. Like that's what Lance is to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like yeah. So yeah, that's funny.
Almost like an Artest, a young Artest, almost.
Not as physical, but I see where you're going with it.
Yeah.
He's they're all over the place. That's funny, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see the rest of the season with those two. The Lakers, man, getting wins too. By the way, pay attention.
Two.
Okay, I mean you can't get to 3 unless you pass 2.
I hear you.
Yeah, sure.
Saying so, I mean, yeah, we got our second win. No one's gonna remember the first 3. Yes, we got our second win. No one's gonna remember the first 3. I think that's official. LeBron looks good. The team's playing hard. They played really hard last night. I think we're gonna be all right, fellas.
Cobb's on the floor a lot at the Lakers.
Not a lot. He was there last night. Stop
He was
exaggerating.
there twice, I think. Already.
I don't think it was twice. It was
I
once.
think it was just once.
Yeah, just the last night was the first time. You know what I mean, he was
I
like,
mean, he
all right.
did say what he'll jump back in.
They
there if
asked
he
him
has
the other
to.
day, like, if they go 0-5, will you
No,
come back?
no, he's
like,
retired. Yeah, he's retired.
One thing that I know he was happy with is that they kept cheering for him or kept screaming Kobe on the court.
And then LeBron hit a 3.
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter. But they just had to remind him, like, this is, and that's what they was talking about today, I think on PDI,
Yeah, I was watching
that
it.
it is LeBron. It's still like,
It's
kinda
Kobe's
like
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, what he said on the show that Laker fans are obnoxious, we are. Listen, we're about winning. Just because you come in there and win a couple games, we ain't here for all that. We're not cheering your name
chips.
for that. Yeah, thank you. Banners.
Man,
we need banners.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless you bring in banners, what are you doing? Like you just said, and you'll never catch Kobe because you're only here for 4 years. Like they said on the show, Kobe's been there 20 years.
Oh, hear that?
I don't know what that is. All right. Okay.
It's over
Yes,
now.
and it's over. Those are the aliens. Remember, we
Yeah,
talked
dude.
about that earlier. Paranormal activity, man. I'm just saying. I watched Insidious The Last Key the other day, man. It's kind of spooky stuff. Speaking of sports, though, right? So we was talking a little bit earlier about. I hate when I say speaking of.
I used to say that.
I feel so Kevin-like
yeah.
when I say that.
Speaking of, it was like
Speaking
a good
of,
transition.
yeah.
The only one.
The only.
Yo, man, I hear it again.
Yeah, man. That's just crazy. Oh, you said Ashanti was supposed to be performing at halftime at on the Knicks game, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of halftime performances, that was my Kev segue.
Okay.
Speaking of halftime performances, news came out. Rihanna, Riri, Bad Gal Riri, turned down the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm not surprised one bit.
Not surprised?
Nah.
Cardi didn't turn down the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think Rihanna's at a different spot in her career than Cardi. Like the Super Bowl is a good look for Cardi B for her career.
Rihanna doesn't need the Super Bowl.
No,
Nah.
Is she selling out arenas?
They
I
did
haven't-
say,
her
however,
makeup is selling.
Is she selling out
millions.
arenas? I've never seen Rihanna
She's got
sell
a
out
Puma
arenas.
deal.
She's got a lot of deals.
if
No,
she go
listen.
back on tour right now, she would.
You
I
think?
think,
Whoa! Time out. That's a conversation. You
Yeah.
think Rihanna would sell
I
out
think
an arena?
Rihanna could sell out
Yeah.
Citizens Bank Park.
I don't agree with that at all.
This
Wells
is not just
Fargo,
gonna
yes.
It's just not just going to be Rihanna.
Beyonce just did it with just Beyonce and DJ Khaled.
Yeah, and friends.
No, I mean the and Friends is whack. Yeah, the and Friends is the local artist in whatever town we're in. That's all the and Friends are. I have no idea what that is. We can't focus on that.
All right.
Nah, but I think she could. I think if Rihanna decided
Based
to go
on
on
what?
tour,
Yeah, I think so. What do you
She
mean?
could.
She's got like 7 hit albums,
she got a catalog.
and she's gorgeous.
And she tapped into like different markets right now. I think
Which
like
y'all-
the same thing we said about 50. it ain't about just her catalog. It's about who she is, the individual.
I get it.
I think she can sell out. Yeah, I think so.
No, I mean, when you're talking arenas, you're talking performers.
I understand.
I don't believe that Rihanna is a good enough performer to be able to sell out an arena.
Yeah, she's not dancing like Beyonce is. I'll give you that.
Yeah, exactly. She's definitely not dancing like. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how entertaining of a show do you think she's going to put on? She can't sell out no freaking arena. I'm sorry. I like Rihanna. Rihanna is illest. No shade towards her. She definitely is a really, really smart businesswoman. Definitely needing some new music out. I don't remember last time we got some new music.
Supposedly has new music coming out soon. It's supposed to be like a reggae album.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard about that.
All right, I'm here for that. I'm here for Rihanna reggae.
But let's go back to the Super Bowl though.
Yeah. That's I got sidetracked. But yeah, so she turned down the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said the reason behind it was she stands with Cap.
Okay.
Respectable.
Definitely respect on that, right? A lot of people have had comments regarding Kaepernick in the news this week. You saw Eric Reed approach Malcolm Jenkins on the football field in regards to his position and how he felt like he was like, he basically took took advantage of the situation for his own cause. You saw Amy Schumer post about how she felt like, more white players should be standing with Kaepernick or people who are kneeling for the anthem, and how she's boycotting the Super Bowl by not doing any ads this year.
I thought she called out like white athletes. And actors.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, everybody. Yeah. White people.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, do something.
Totally.
Kev,
agree.
what are you doing? Say, I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. What are you doing?
I'd be down there kneeling if I was in
down
the league. Hell yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what?
man.
I was at the game the other day, and there was probably 15,
Hold on, the game when
yeah,
the
man,
game that they lost.
Who they lose to over the weekend?
That was Carolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was the same Eric Reed game. I was just talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
wow.
Yeah,
Look
it was
at that.
upsetting.
Weren't they up like 17 and like going to the fourth
17-0,
quarter,
man.
right?
Dancing
In the fourth-
on the field in the third
The
quarter.
funniest thing about it is I had went somewhere with a fellow, I guess what he maybe he's a member of the show,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show,
Friend of
Lo.
the show. Loyal listeners are what we like to call those individuals.
I'm talking about Low.
I know
what
you're
we
talking
call
about,
him?
yeah.
What was his nickname?
Quiet Storm Low.
Quiet Storm Low. So as we leaving, he's like, because it's like
You was
in the middle
watching
of
the game with him?
Nah,
right.
I would, met him at his house. Whatever. We rolled out. He like, yeah, man. See, the birds, they back to doing what we do. You getting all that talk.
How
yeah,
they haven't
that.
won a game and
because they was winning. Remember, this is like
Oh,
halftime.
yeah,
They
halftime.
back to who we are, man.
And they beating a good team. Like Carolina's a good team.
So then I'm like, all right. So later on that night, the news is coming on. They like went from dancing and celebrating to a painful loss. And
it was like a
I'm
party
like,
for
what?
3 quarters.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you how I found out, right? So I'm at my great aunt and uncle had their 50th wedding anniversary, right? So
Okay.
we all in the Philadelphia ballroom, and all of a sudden you see the old heads like on their phone the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a minute or something left. All you hear is everybody just a collective we're like, yo, what's going on? A minute left, these motherfuckers and blew the game. I'm like, what? What happened? And you seen it. Like, you ever see like something roll through a crowd, like as people react to things? Like you could
It's like
just
they
see
doing a
it.
wave.
Came out of
Yeah,
the
it's like a
room.
wave throughout the room, like of a collective. They blew it again. That shit was so funny to me. I'm like, damn, like you can see when it hit every table. It was so
Yeah.
crazy.
They play in London this week.
Yeah, man, 8:30 game. Which 9:30 game.
9:30,
I
yeah.
like it. I like when they do that.
Me
when I
too.
could have breakfast and watch a little bit of football.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
why my man lives out in Seattle. Like games, even the playoffs, even basketball,
That's
football.
what's up.
The game's always on. And like you wake up, games is on.
Imagine waking up to football or the NBA finals or something like
Yeah.
that, yo. That joint. would be
I remember
crazy.
being out there the one year for the finals. Like the games was on at like 5:30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's yeah.
You ain't even out of work yet.
What happened?
You ain't even out of work. And
No,
you gotta
no,
go
no.
watch
Yeah,
the
you
game.
watch
Right.
the game before you
It's
go
like
to
World
work.
happy
Series
hour.
is kind of like that right now.
Yeah, you go in places and they still having like happy hour, like
Yeah.
with drinks and food while the games is on. Like
Yeah.
it's
You
it's
leaving work
crazy.
early. You know what I mean? In some cases, going to watch the game. But no, I mean, just I kind of wanted to find out like what you guys' thoughts were, but I guess we kind of.
I'm cool with Amy Schumer doing that. I think more people need to do that.
What would spark more people to do that? Like, what do you think would be the linchpin?
I think you just have to have morals, and you have to stand for something.
I think it's enough people with morals, but you don't think it's a fear thing? Like, who's going to be the first step out there? Like, she stepped out there. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there have been other people that stepped out there. But who would I think you would need, like, a big act.
Yeah, you need
Tom Brady.
Jerry
or
Seinfeld
Aaron
or
and
somebody
Rodgers.
like that. Like, I
or
ain't
somebody
doing a Super Bowl commercial. Yeah.
Like,
And you know what? As we say that, that's exactly probably why some people don't yet, because they not to the magnitude of like a Rihanna or
Tom
a
Brady
Amy
could
Schumer.
do it because he
Tom
doesn't
Brady
need
definitely-
chips or money. He's
Nothing.
good.
So that's what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
that's why like a lot of other players probably don't, because they need they check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all, and it's just like at the end of the day, like behind closed doors, you gotta look at it like this. Look, I still got a family to support.
well,
And
hold
if
up.
go
Think
ahead.
about who she's calling out. The people that she's calling out, I don't believe have that issue. Like,
Oh,
she's
well,
not
all right,
calling
that's
out.
something different.
Yeah, I mean, she's not calling out the guy who's, on the cusp of being cut, because nobody knows who the fuck he is anyway.
Right.
She's calling out the highest, top of the line entertainers, sports industry insiders, and things of that nature, and calling on them to do. She's talking to Tom Brady. She's talking to Aaron Rodgers. She's talking to Jerry Seinfeld and all these other,
why
individuals who feel like, who say that they're aligned. Okay, well, all right. Put your money where your mouth is. That's basically
Right.
what she's saying. Like, you know what? I hear everything you're saying. You control, the narrative in this fashion. Stand for something. And you
Right.
can see the NFL is losing. They're losing a lot off of this. Like, I think I mentioned before that people are not watching the NFL for a multitude of reasons, not just because of cap. You know what I mean? Some people are watching because of cap. Some people are watching because the players are kneeling. Some people aren't watching because of the injuries. Some people aren't watching because insensitivity to, African American community or minorities or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? It's not, honestly, and the games aren't riveting at all. They're legislating.
Some of them are. Sunday Night Football, I think, has been the highest ranked show in the last 2 months for network TV.
That's great. Honestly, football in this society is not fast-paced enough for me, which is why they're trying to gear towards everything offensive-minded. It's not an entertaining show. The only part of this football game that's entertaining is watching the Red Zone. Red Zone channel shows me all the hot plays, everything I want to see. Other than that, I'd much rather watch basketball or college football. NFL is not riveting.
Yeah,
Like,
if
that
it's not
game
my
last night
team-
was whack.
It was like 80 points
Yeah.
in that game, too. If it's not my team, I don't really care. Like, if it's on, it's on. Like, you know what I mean?
If it's on the Red Zone, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm
like-
saying, like, the Eagles, I'm gonna sit down and watch
Yeah,
the Eagles play.
yeah.
But if it's
because you're invested in the Eagles,
exactly,
right.
if it's not my team, I
So
don't care.
the scary part about what you just said is it's going to turn it into baseball. Baseball is regional, right? If it's outside of your region, you don't really care about baseball.
Yeah.
Like, no one's really checking for the Brewers and no shit like that. You know,
Like,
what I
I'll
mean?
watch the Redskins Giants this week.
Yeah, of course, because it has
Because it's
something
in
to do.
my-
It's in your
yeah.
division. It's in your ball. It's in your neck of the woods. Honestly,
Yep.
you know what I mean. So that's what football probably will become.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. And basketball is going to be the most popular sport in the world.
Basketball is getting up there with, like, I said it before, it's a year-round thing anymore.
I've never been this interested in October basketball than I am right now. Like, I've never, like, the games are really good. Like, just like you were talking about how good the Sunday night games, every game I've watched in the NBA has been close. They're scoring like damn near 150 points every game. Like, the offense is crazy.
Right.
The athletes they have the best athletes in the world. Like, it's insane.
You're right. Even, like, I'm a homer, so I'm watching
Yeah,
the Sixers,
Sixers,
but they
obviously.
lost by a point the other night.
Thrilling.
Yeah.
Thrilling game.
And
Still
I think they
thrilling
lost
game.
two games ago. I can't remember who they're playing by, like 2 points or something like
Yeah,
that.
they've
they were
all
really
been close. A lot of close games. My Lakers game's been close, so I don't know. I'm really into NBA now. Fuck the NFL. Psych.
Yeah.
Nah, I still watch the NFL.
NFL ain't going nowhere.
It's going down. It's not going anywhere, but
They
it's not
need
going
the
to be as popular
athletes,
as it used to be.
Like the African American athletes to just be like, yo, we ain't playing.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
That's what has to happen. Then they'll start losing tons of money.
I think already think about how many youth are being, pulled into other sports because of the dangers of football.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like
You talking about now as a
like right now, like
they
if
say we're not playing.
They're not going to do that now because, see, they're the ones who are impacted, like Mike was saying, by, their families and the money.
correct,
and all that.
but that's
Yeah.
what needs to happen, like right now, for football to take a huge hit.
I don't think so. I think you attack You attack an issue like that, like football, at the root. And the root is the generations that are coming up next. I don't care about the guys that are playing in the league because their shelf life is short.
With the whole, like, I'm with Cap movement is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, if people decided that, you know what? Yeah, if the players, any minority
Like if
players
Antonio Brown was like, you know
that.
what? I ain't playing until Cap gets put on the
I
team.
hate that it's about I'm with Cap. I have to say that.
I mean, but
hate
that's
that.
the only reason why. You know what it is.
I know,
bigger
but
than that,
it's
yeah.
not though. That's the problem.
No.
It's not anymore. It's all about like every time you hear people who are opposed to the NFL, they're just saying, "Oh, because they won't hire Kaepernick." That's bullshit.
Nah, yeah, it is
it's
bullshit.
not. You know what I
It's
mean?
bigger
Like,
than
come on,
that's
man.
the I'm saying that because that's the what do you call it, the moniker?
Yeah,
that's
I understand
going
what you're
around with
saying.
it. But it's because it's basically what the stand is about. That's why I was like, I stand with Cap, meaning that all the.
But you can still stand with Cap and watch the NFL. You can still support what he's supporting. Like that's what I think gets lost.
Oh yeah,
What is
I
he
mean,
supporting? We're supporting what he support, not the fact that he needs a job. We already know he's being blackballed.
It's not even about him playing.
I feel you.
What I'm saying though is it's like it went to something totally different that got him blackballed.
I feel you.
So that's why it's like I stand with Cap. To me means that we're not for the injustice and the brutality and everything else that's going. It's not about. I'm not thinking about he needs a job. If they gave him a job, I'm back on the NFL. Like I think I'm off the NFL period just because it's kind of like once you stop smoking, like I just have
You got other things.
you found other things to do.
You know what I mean?
get that.
Yeah. So, but my thing is whether he's playing or not. Like the stance that the NFL took while that was going on, as far as at first every owner looking. I'm kneeling with my team, yada, 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 thinking that was going to be the end of it. Mm-hmm. And it was about much more than just allowing y'all turned it into we don't want y'all kneeling when it was never about that to begin with. So, I mean, my opinion.
So why allow that to happen and by saying things like, okay, well, I'm boycotting the NFL. No, more players like what Eric Reed was doing, continue to kneel. This is not. It's not about one player. It's bigger than one player. Like it should be, in my opinion. So all those who still felt like they were a part of the movement still take part of the movement. Cap will be all right. Cap is going to be all right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nike made sure of it.
Yeah, Nike's going to make sure he's good. But let's not take the attention like what the league wants us to do or what the powers that be like our president wants us to do. Let's not take the attention off of what the issue is. And that's what every time I hear it, I get mad because I'm like, yo, we just totally forgot what he was even supposedly kneeling for. Like now it's like, oh, the Jaguars could use them, the such and such could use them, the Bears, the Bills,
like I said,
whatever.
Like I said a few shows ago,
man, we know he getting blackballed. We already know that.
I can't go back and watch the team that I used to watch because of what the owner said about people not just Cap
who
getting
participates,
a job, but whoever participates.
Right.
And to me, that's like even the employer that I work for, they allow when we had a Pride march downtown or something about not even Pride. I'm sorry, it was about when the president was trying to do something with people of like the Hispanic community and yada yada yada. So they had that walkout downtown Center City, and our employer allowed that to happen, like allowed people to go ahead and participate with the walkout or whatever the case may have been.
I got you.
And if they would have sent a message, it's just Jerry Jones had the opportunity to just to not say nothing. Keep your thoughts to yourself.
I understand.
You know what I mean? And once he opened his mouth, I can't go support that guy.
I get that.
So that's my point behind
totally
that team that he represents.
Yeah,
so.
no. I mean, listen, no one's saying the Cap ain't out here winning. You know what I mean? Like he's my idol. He don't fly him out. You know what I'm saying? No. No fly zone. You know what I mean? Cap is with the no fly zone.
When the money was pouring in.
You know what I'm saying? When I had it. When I was going to Super Bowls.
Nah. And that's why he's able to do what he's doing now.
Exactly. Because he
wasn't
spends
tricking off no
wisely.
bread.
Exactly. He spends wisely. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got you that. I booked it. I didn't pay for it. I booked your Southwest flight.
Yo, did you hear the story though, how she saves up for it?
Nah.
So basically,
what are we talking about?
All right, so basically, IG model, maybe Brittany Renner. Is that what did she known for anything else outside
I
of
don't think so.
being pretty on
Fitness
Instagram?
model.
No, all right.
They all are. So,
Aren't we all?
you know what I'm saying? So she put out a book. I don't know why. Like, I didn't even know who the hell she was. But basically naming names of different
Put out a
people.
book probably because she's got like over a couple million followers. So you know the book's gonna sell.
I mean, okay, all right. I mean, I don't think they following her to hear her writing skills, but okay.
I bet you that book is a New York Times
Hell
bestseller.
no, hell no, hell no.
Or like an
I am not
Amazon
rolling.
bestseller.
Hell
Yo, you
no.
watch. I bet you that happens.
She's not big enough. She need more bodies. She ain't Amber Rose yet. She got to get more bodies. But yeah, so basically she was talking about how he's no good. He's a deadbeat. How he didn't. She had to save up to fly out. They had been talking for months. She saved up to fly out. He said he spit some real game. He was like, I want to see if you really genuinely mess with me. So, I don't really feel like I should fly you out here. So if you genuinely really like me, because all girls be trying to get me for my money and everything, then you'll fly out on your own, and we'll talk about that later on some real G shit, on some real G smooth.
I respect it.
I ain't
What
mad at it
happened
at
after?
all. So she saved up her money. She
Saved up for a plane ticket.
for a plane ticket to fly out. She flies out. My man smashes, and he's like, you know what? I don't think we should. I don't think we should be pursuing this. I don't think which is understandable. Like, just because we had sex don't mean I still like you as a person.
And
as a
if
person,
anything, I mean, he going. Let's be real. He took it down to take it down.
of course.
But it's like, if you would have flew yourself out and had some, I don't want to say even had some respect for yourself, because, like, I get it. Like, if the moment is popping, like, why, like, I guess kind of like hold back off of it.
But you got to understand the situation that you're in, and you got to understand the circles you operate within. You know what I mean? So if you operate within a celebrity circle, a professional athlete circle, and you flying yourself places, not for nothing, I think a lot of women will look at her as being stupid. Like, I think a lot of women be like, "Yo,
What if she
sis,
flew
what are you
out there
doing?"
and like she knew she knew what it was when she flew out there.
Well, no, the thing, here's how girls work, in my opinion, right? I think if a woman has to go in her own pocket to fly out, you're not getting no pussy.
Nah, exactly.
you are not getting no pussy. No, you're not getting nothing unless she really messing with you like that. But if you fly
But
out,
even then,
yeah,
as a woman, like, if you want me to really take you seriously,
right.
and that sounds like that's what his tone was about. Because once again, if you serious about,
It's the setup.
if you serious about it,
Setup right there.
come fly yourself
Right.
out.
Right.
You should have flew yourself out. We could have had a good time. And you could have been like, when I'm trying to, I think, we should see each other a little bit more before that goes on.
That's what I would expect a woman who flew herself out to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just giving up to any respectable woman. The type of chicks I mess with, they ain't doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't think there's girls though that she's like, all right, yeah, I'm going out there because I want to have sex too.
oh, absolutely they
Like,
are.
she flew out for the same reasons that he.
Oh,
flew out
absolutely.
for,
But
right?
don't be mad then, I mean, when I tell you I don't want to deal with you like that,
Yeah,
because now
he put the disclaimer out there. If you
Right.
serious about seeing me and being with me, like, fly yourself out here. I mean, then she can't be mad because she made the decision.
Yep.
I want to fly myself out there
100%.
to sleep with him, and then I'm going to fly myself back home.
Right.
So
If
it is what
you
it is.
and I don't want to hear about no shit, no book no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
don't put this in no book talking about you exposing me. No, you're not
He-
exposing.
he ain't
You're
had
exposing
it.
me for being the man. Yeah, you're the man. Yeah, round of applause for Kaepernick. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying?
Why
Really,
not?
absolutely.
He should have had the Dave Chappelle love contract where you got to sign this for that. That's what he should have had.
Yo, that's funny. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Sign this, man. And you can just initial there for anal. He's just looking. Okay, that's okay. No worry, no problem. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Yo, Cap is the man, man. Ain't
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe. Yo, don't disrespect my man like that. Yeah, I mean, when we talk about anal, don't just throw Kobe name out there.
You know what I mean?
Just don't
Dave did it. You know what I mean? What's up? Where we at with it?
Kobe. Yo, why the condom hang on the side of the train? Yo, shout out Dave Chappelle, man. Oh my God, yo. Oh man, he's funny as hell. All right, fuck, man. What else do we want to talk about?
Yo, I did peep that The Hate You Give over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to
That
go
movie.
serious? I want to go funny, but okay, let's go
what's funny?
serious.
That's funny.
Now we can go
Nah,
serious.
Come
right?
back.
Yeah, we got some funny stuff on.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, like, Nick Cannon said he would beat your favorite rapper in a battle.
That's
About
clown
it.
shit.
in a rap battle.
He said rap battle, or he said a battle.
In a rap battle, like not
never
in a back and forth. I write 16, you write 16, I write 16. He said everybody, like Wayne, Hove, like Kendrick.
No way.
No disrespect to those guys, but he said I don't write. He was on what was he on? He was on. Was it Big Boy? LA
yeah, he was on something. But you know what I think he was? I think he meant on
his show, Wildin' Out.
Wildin' Out. Yeah.
Because he might be able to like snap on you.
He just said he don't
jokes.
write. He said he doesn't write on Wildin' Out. Like all those guys be coming in with written stuff. He just freestyles. He says he's so good at freestyling that he don't have to write no more.
Yeah, but
and he don't freestyle no more because he's
prepared.
Big Boy put him on the spot right there. Like, all right, go. Yeah, if you that good, go.
Nah, but he's prepared for like that. He's been doing it 15 seasons now. So
that's crazy.
If I go on there,
15
I'm
seasons.
not.
Do you watch that show?
I do actually.
Yeah,
I catch it on the reruns on.
What? It's on MTV.
Yeah.
I
didn't know MTV still played shows.
That's all they play.
Or
they
actually,
don't play
no,
videos.
my bad. You're right.
That's all they do. They don't play videos.
That's all they do is play shows.
I mean, they got a few.
They got some talent on there. They got
do.
some of my favorite battle rappers who retired that are on that show, but it's just corny to me for some reason.
D-Ray, they had
comedians,
they had
legit
a lot of comedians on there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people on it. I just don't know if I mean, MTV. I think you could get a different network for that.
Nah,
they've been cutting check for a while, so I'm sure Nick's.
What network would do that? VH1.
Wild
you know what I'm saying?
Comedy Central.
Yeah.
You can get it on Comedy Central.
Maybe, yeah. You're probably right.
Because remember, that's that one show I said that seems like it's all right. The Roast.
Yeah.
That Roast show. What's his name?
Jeff Ross.
Jeff Ross.
Oh, yeah. But they've been doing that for years, though, where they bring a celebrity on and they start roasting.
No. He has
like a weekly show. Where it's
really?
Yeah.
Like just roast random people?
Nah, it's like comedians. They would like kind of have a roast off. They would go at each other.
Oh, at each other. Oh, like dozens.
Kind of like
and then they get like voted off, right? The people judge
they
it.
had to.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, they should been doing that. I wanted to see Cat Williams and Kevin Hart do that when they was talking all that stuff.
That'd be great. That'd be pay-per-view. I'd pay
They snap on each other. Yeah, why don't comedians do that?
I don't know.
I don't think Kev would do that.
Just snap on people?
Because even if you lost, who cares?
Like, Kev snaps on everybody.
But see, Kev does it on his time when he's ready. It's kind of like Drake, not for nothing. It's not like Cat Williams is like
he down for whatever.
He can do that. Like he'll be like the Pusha T of that situation. Like he'll have the bars, he'll have the jokes. Kev would just have the fact that I'm the biggest star.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him being able to go roast.
What?
I don't see him. Now, granted,
it's a lot of material. It's a lot. No, it's a lot of material you could go at.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, it would
probably.
What I'm trying to say though, if it was like how, like you're not able to prepare for it, you just gotta. All right, you against so and so, y'all go ahead. I think Cat would, if they, because we thinking about the history of it. I'm just saying, I think if they kind of got with each other. I think Kev is more calculated in what he's going to, like he's a counterpuncher in this situation. Like when he was going in on Cat, when he was on the Breakfast Club, he was going, all right, well, how come you haven't done this? The numbers you gave was false. Yeah, like that took about a week or so for him to gather that data.
You don't need all that though. Like when I'm thinking about, I think of this in the same arena. I think of like the authentic battle rap, right? So I don't know if you follow it or not, but remember they had Joe Budden versus Hollow the Dog. Yeah. I mean, and you have a real rapper versus a battle rapper, right? And Joe didn't have nothing for Hollow because you don't really know who Hollow is. You know what I mean? There is so much material on Cat Williams just on the internet alone. You don't even have to do a lot of research. The fact that you just getting beat up by children is enough. I'm staying on that for like at least a round and a half. Yeah. Then I'm going into your drug issues. Then I'm going into how much money you don't be making that you say you be making. Right. Like it's so much shit you could talk about. The only thing Cat really got is the cheating shit.
On the show, you only got, but you don't get a chance to let's say prepare the joke. Mm-hmm. On this show, you only come with your joke. All right, cool. You get maybe say 15, 20 seconds. And then it's his turn for 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Kevin Hart is good at telling stories.
Right.
and preparing them.
Nah, he cracks on people, bro.
I
Remember
mean, I
when
seen
him
him on
and
that Jamie Foxx
yeah,
joint.
him-
I remember that, but
and
he
it-
wasn't going at
And even
Jamie.
on his IG, he'll crack on like I remember he was getting on Meek the whole crew. He clowned that whole
yeah,
crew.
he did,
You know what I mean?
did.
He does that. He'll go to a crew and just start bagging on everybody. You know what I'm saying? So he can do that.
But-
and Cat could do that. That would be entertaining.
And mind you, I'm more of a Kevin Hart fan than a Cat Williams fan. But I'm just telling you that I think Cat would get him in that situation.
I'm not saying he wouldn't, because Cat is witty. Cat is very witty. He's very calculated. He's an underrated comedian, but
Is he really though?
I think Cat is underrated.
I don't think he's underrated. I think in mainstream society he is.
Yeah, that's
like
what
as
I
far
mean.
as he
What's
does.
the definition of underrated, sir?
No, I'm thinking like I think within certain communities.
I mean, in the black community, everybody know who Cat is.
Everybody knows Cat is. Cat
Yeah.
just ain't make it to where Kevin Hart is doing all these movies and stuff like that. Cat just ain't get to that point. because
Exactly.
of his
He's not
own
mainstream.
issues. Yeah, but
Makes
I
him
think
underrated. Yeah.
But everybody knows him, and I know a lot of people that think that he's actually funnier than Kevin Hart.
I mean, you sound like the guy that be like, yo, this dude could have beat Jordan if he'd have made it to the league. Like, I mean, everybody knows somebody that's better than the top guy in the game. I understand that.
I don't think he's better than Kev. I think I like Kev's storytelling and stuff like that.
I think
better.
Dave Chappelle tells the best.
Oh, I mean,
stories. The setup is.
We're talking
best.
like
Dave or Kev talks about his family. Like that's majority of his jokes are about his life, his family.
and he's playing it safe.
And I think Cat tells good stories as well. I think Cat doesn't tell. I mean, I understand what you're saying as far as bringing a joke that you're starting the show with and still finishing the show with that same joke. You know what I mean? That's something that Dave has, that Kev has. You know, not too many people have, but Cat is funny, bro.
Yeah, I think he gets straight. He's
direct.
straight to it.
And he's
Kev will kind
controversial.
of give you a backdrop real quick, like as he's putting the joke together. So you kind of got to follow through.
The reason why Cat would win in that battle is because Cat is going for it will go places that Kevin won't. That's the only reason why I feel like he'll take it to a level where it's so disrespectful that Kevin, because of his image, wouldn't want.
Yeah, I understand.
And that's the Drake part that you were talking about to me. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Drake is
He's
like,
got more to lose.
Yeah, Kev definitely has a lot more to
I
lose
mean,
than
he
Cat.
does, but like, how are you losing in this arena? Yo, it's freaking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're supposed to be
But
funny.
do Kev want that image to like?
He's
remember,
gonna look at it like I don't need to do this.
That's
That's
true.
what he would say.
It's
That's
going to
true.
be
Like
recorded.
Jay-Z, like if somebody dissed Jay-Z, he's like, I don't need to respond to this anymore. I'm way past it.
Not now, but
That's what I mean. That's what
yeah.
Kev said.
Right now, he doesn't need to respond. But let's just say, and I'm gonna use this example. I know Kev can appreciate this because you follow golf. Let's use the Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods example, right? These guys are playing a one-on-one golf tournament or match on November 23rd, I want to say, or like Thanksgiving or whatever.
Yo, man, hold on, real quick. I heard they can like start betting against each other.
They do that on the golf course all the time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's side bets. Yeah.
So I can be like, at this whole look, man, I bet you $100,000 you ain't gonna get this putt.
100% that's gonna happen. Yeah.
But no, Phil Mickelson, right?
Yeah,
said it was going. That's what.
Yeah, he
That's
said
what's gonna be happening.
Yeah. He
I
said
never
that.
knew that.
Yeah, they do it
All
all the time. Yeah, absolutely. So my thing is, right, you now Tiger needs to do this.
Yeah, he's got to.
10 years ago, Tiger Woods is not doing this.
Nah.
Even after the
Because
accident.
he's on the redemption tour.
Exactly. He's on the apology tour,
Yeah,
right, 2018. Right.
Got to build him back up.
Right. So that's my whole point. It's like, yo, this is now, but if you say 10 years from now, Cat Williams versus Kevin Hart, oh yeah, I think that's a good matchup.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a nice little head-to-head, see what happens. You know what I mean? We were talking about touring and shit and stadiums and all that earlier.
Yo, your transitions are on point tonight.
I know, man. Try to be, man. That you heard about that On the Run joint.
Might be the biggest tour in hip-hop ever.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
253 million.
That's insane.
Is that including international numbers?
I think so. 253 million. The tour was like 8 months.
Was it 8 months?
Might have been shorter than that. Might have been only 6 months.
I remember when it started because remember they dropped the album while they
Actually,
were on
right.
tour.
They dropped the album like the second night of the tour. or third
No,
night, right?
the second night in the States.
You're
right.
right.
They
They
had
did
already
the
been touring
international tour.
internationally, and they came to the States and they dropped it, which was smart in my opinion because that's what's going to get
Now they can
the
tour
American
back to. They can go back.
100% go to
internationally and tour that.
international. Damn, bro, that's crazy.
That probably was the setup.
Listen, we said it last year. We knew it was coming.
said it.
We knew it was coming.
Beyonce
I didn't know
drop a new album Jay could really drop a new album. I don't think we'll get another Jay-Z album. He could.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think if we do get another project from Hove, it's going to be with him and somebody else from here on out. I don't think we're going to get another solo.
I think we'll
project.
get like 7. We'll get like 7 tracks.
No, 10. Hove ain't getting.
We'll get a
Hove ain't
full
gonna do that.
Beyonce album though.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
they
yeah.
could go
Beyonce
back
still got some work to do.
Overseas.
But Hove though, like I don't see Hove doing. Oh, this things. We were just talking about people who are making art albums with other people, right? I wanted to ask y'all this because I was listening to this as y'all was coming in. I like the Beloved album,
Yeah.
right? I'm sorry to transition, but I gotta get this.
Let's talk about it.
Right, so I really like the Beloved album, right? And I'm like, okay, Styles, Dave East, good body of work. And in the back of my mind, I'm like,
Old guy, young guy.
no, is this a better project than Friday Night on Elm Street? And I'm like, I think it might be.
Nah.
Jada and Fab project?
You're just saying that because
Nah.
Jada and Fab are the more mainstream
Artists.
Yeah,
But you heard the album.
yeah.
Album-wise, you heard the Beloved?
Now, production wise,
The Beloved album's more like
It's
hip-hop.
hip-hop.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Fab and Jada aren't hip-hop now? Is that what
but
you're
like,
saying?
I'm
No,
talking
we
about just
talking
the
about
beats.
production
Yeah,
wise.
the beats. And,
I know.
The Beloved album
It's more New York.
Yes.
It's more definitely
And
more
one
New
thing,
York.
because one thing I was talking about this with some other guys is that Dave East takes on the game like Phil to me though.
Nah, Davies can rap.
He's better than the game. Way
He
better.
has the game like Phil though. Like
He don't
and-
name drop. He ain't name
No.
dropping like
I'm
that.
it just I'm saying in the sense that sometimes it feels like he's rhyming, but he's rhyming. Like that's it. Like he's just rhyming words together.
No, I think I get what you're saying.
You see
He's
what I'm
not
saying?
putting together a story or a whole
Yeah,
complete
it's just like he
song
just-
or concept. He just spitting.
He
It's
just
almost
spitting.
like you may as well just be on the corners freestyling.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing that I would say today. And that's not like a knock. It's just that I wish he had. I don't know. Like if it wasn't the delivery, like it's something that's missing.
But I feel like when you put him with Styles, he complements Styles really well.
Yeah, I mean they sound good together. Like I like the album. No, I like it. I
I
like
do
it.
too. It was way better than I thought it was going to be, and I was like, the first thing I thought of is, damn, this is kind of like what I wanted to get from Jada and Fab. Like I wanted a New York feel,
Yeah.
gritty, grimy beats, hard lyrics. Like
I felt like at some points though, Jada parts on that album was like, especially on the first joint when they switched that beat up
oh yeah, he killed it.
and used the biggie. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jada
yeah.
destroy. Like Jada is
Yeah.
like his delivery is built for this.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%.
But then it's just the production that they gave on it tried to like.
It was like trap beats and like down south music.
Yeah,
for
they
the
tried to do
majority
too
of it.
much.
and then they
Yeah.
tried to get a couple radio joints on there too,
did.
which I like though. I like the joint with Tiana Taylor
Soulful,
that was on
Yeah.
there, and yeah, but
This
Dave
Swiss
East is
joint, I don't think that fit the project.
The what was the one? Shoot,
There was a joint with French on there too.
I didn't like the one with French,
Yeah.
but it was 2 Swiss joints. The one Swiss joint I liked.
Your R&B, the one
Not
was like
the-
R&B.
not
the-
yeah,
not
that's
the-
the one I'm talking about that didn't fit. I
Yeah,
can't remember
not
the name
not
of
The
that
it.
Marvin
one.
Gaye one?
The Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye one. Yeah,
Joint
not
didn't
that
fit
one.
the
I like the
album.
other one. I like the other one.
Okay.
That was hard. I like that one. I like the sample. I just it didn't fit with the flow or the other songs, in my opinion.
but that
it's a good
Beloved
song,
joint
though.
was it was
But the
just
Beloved
gritty.
joint from-
Styles
yes.
album has like a distinct sound through the whole project.
It does.
Yeah.
Opposed to the Fab and
Jada.
Jada.
The concept of theme, I'm like, it's weird to me because I'm like, yo, y'all had a theme for this album that
Right.
it didn't live up to.
Right.
Like you may as well
Yeah.
have just made something else. Like change
Well,
the theme
I
up
think
if
that had
everything
to do
didn't
with,
clear
like,
it.
the,
I get it. Things ain't clear. They
At first, it was supposed to be a mixtape though,
Well-
and then they were like, "All right, let's put it out like a full blown album." So
I
then
get
you
it.
got the labels involved,
And that's the beauty
that's
of
when it-
Beloved. Beloved feels like it was a mix. They made it to
Yeah.
be a mixtape, and they just put it on the platforms. Like, look,
yeah,
do what you want to do with it.
yeah. The production on Beloved is crazy.
Styles
Yeah,
has
it is.
another album coming
He
out.
said, yeah, what the
Dime
second?
Bag or something like that.
Oh, Styles do?
Yeah,
Well, next week, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, around
That's
the second,
crazy.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Styles is working.
He they were on Flex Show, and they ripped. Remember the I think it was on Memphis Bleak album. 1, 2, y'all. I know the Rock. Yeah, that Jay-Z was on it. Step in the field with the Rock Mafia. I think the song was called 1 2 Y'all. But they ripped that instrumental.
Which Bleak album is this? The first?
Probably
Made?
gotta be.
Oh, Made? Yeah, I
Yeah.
ain't listen to Made too much.
Really?
Made was
That's
the
my
third
block.
Nah, Made had.
Yeah, it was. It was a T.I. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
you're right. It did have
yeah,
the T.I.
yeah,
joint on
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That was
the
a
third
bad
one, right?
single.
Yeah, I think that was the
They
third.
shouldn't have had that as a single.
Yeah, I
There was
didn't
other
like-
tracks on there that was fire.
Yeah,
But
that-
you gotta go with Tip at the time. You gotta go
Yeah.
with that tip joint.
I mean, Tip's bars on it wasn't bad. I didn't like that.
I'm saying
It was like a down
Around
south
My
track
Way,
for
yeah,
New
it's
York
My
artists.
Way,
It was
yeah,
like-
it
that was
was-
when the South music just started to pop in New York.
But you know what they said,
just
though?
forcing artists together.
I
at
think
that
Jay
point.
said Bleak always had an ear for like the down south.
Yeah.
Yeah, or down south artists and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Too
I guess
bad
he
he
spent
didn't
a lot
have
of time
an
in
ear
the
for
A.
his own music.
Are we gonna get another Jay-Z album ever? I said.
Oh yeah,
no.
we was talking about that earlier.
I heard y'all. Ooh, I can see a small project.
Yeah, me too.
Something small. Maybe
No.
a collection of like 6 songs, real quick.
What the fuck are y'all like?
6, 7 songs.
I
believe
think
it or
that's the
not.
new thing to do, especially the digital thing to
Just
do now. is put out
because
less music.
Ye made it
I'm not.
cool.
It ain't got nothing.
Come on.
It ain't got
Nah,
nothing
it
to do
doesn't
with.
even-
Y'all
Ye.
said 7 specifically. Who are the? Who?
I
what
said
other?
6 at 7, or
Okay.
maybe even 8.
5.
10, bro. 10.
Childish
I can see-
Gambino put
I can
out
see a
2
solid 10.
songs, a 2-song pack, summer pack.
Screw that. 10 tracks. Give
I
me
can see
10.
that.
10 tracks is clean, it's neat. Yeah, I mean, give me 10.
Give me 9. Hov.
My Ty album was like
Nah,
that.
I'm good with 10.
My
there's like
album
a-
is pretty good.
It's hot, man. I think there's only like 11 songs. Like the number of tracks on it, I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking for it earlier. I couldn't find it, but
It's
I
out
wasn't
there.
looking hard
I
enough.
drove into it.
Oh,
And
yeah?
it-
It's
I
rocking
put it
like
on
that,
real
though?
fast. Yeah, yo, I ain't skipped. Except for
Yeah.
the first one because I heard,
You heard it before.
yeah,
First like 3 songs or 2 songs, I think we
I
heard
only
it
heard
already.
the first one, and then the
Yeah.
rest
I'm
of it.
excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I like Jeremiah.
Very well produced too.
Who was it?
Hitmaker.
Hitmaker.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did most of the tracks. I think he might have done the whole album. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it's every tracks. Yeah, I think so far that I've heard.
Can we
is
just call him
Hitmaker.
Berg? Why we have to call
Yeah,
him?
I don't know.
Yeah, can we
Hitmaker.
just call him
I
Berg?
like the
mean,
drop.
Yeah, Berg, bro. Berg and A1. Those guys. That's
He don't
who
want
they
to
are.
use his name, right? That's what he said.
What,
'cause-
Young Berg?
Yeah,
Nah,
'cause-
Yeah,
it's him. He's
yeah,
Hitmaker.
because he's been known for getting smacked in the face by Berg.
I
So
mean,
would
nah,
wanna
he was
change
saying
that.
like the stigma if he would have said, yeah, you know, like with the John beat was crazy to me, the Wayne joint,
yeah,
and you know what I mean, that's he produced that one, so it was like,
yeah, but that was coming on the heels of Mano smacking him in the face, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like he was getting sunned all. Just remember the Transformer train was
Yep.
getting toured around, like yeah, man, come on. The disrespect given towards Young Berg has been legendary. Come on,
that is
stop.
true.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Did you all get your tickets? Did you?
I
get
got
your
tickets, but I'm still broke.
Still broke, huh?
Still broke.
Oh, so your lottery tickets
Mega
read.
Millions.
Get your
Oh,
ass
man.
back to work,
Yep.
Kev.
Yo,
Specifically.
1.6 billion though. I've never seen anything that big.
yo, let me
Pause.
ask y'all this, man. Do y'all honestly think? Well, what's
He
funny?
caught that.
Enough.
Kev got it.
Yeah.
What did he say? I missed it.
He said I ain't never seen something that big before.
Oh,
Pause.
okay.
You
It ain't
say the
pause.
back end of it. Don't just say it like
Yeah,
that.
You finished it.
I mean,
I be thinking, man, when they be saying like, is it really somebody that's hitting that number?
One person hit it.
Do you think that's real though? Like, let's be real. Just because they put it in the media and they tell you
What do you
something,
mean?
and
Like, do I think there's multiple people that have that ticket?
no, I'm just saying. Do you think that like the lottery? Let's be real with the lottery when it's like
Ah,
that
it
crazy.
could be fixed.
yeah,
Meaning,
anything
like,
can be
yo,
fixed.
It could just be
everybody
propaganda.
buys tickets and they're like, all right, nobody bought this combination, so this is what we're gonna pull. Like, set
And
the
then we can
machines up to
post.
pull
We
this.
can post somebody to say, "Hey, here's the winner right here." It could be Greg.
Nah,
And he can go into the camera. Yeah, I won. Yeah, my name is Daniel. So and so.
why would you ever sign up for that?
I used to.
No, because like, look how much money that.
I used to believe that until I met people who were winning. Well,
I
I
met-
didn't meet anybody.
Yeah.
but,
I mean,
I've
I know somebody
known
that won.
Someone that won. So like, I would be rolling with you. Like I was a conspiracy theorist as well for a long time.
But
like,
that
man,
much money is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, saying, I mean,
Like, I know
it's
somebody
a lot
that's
of money.
still
It's
I
a lot
won.
of
think
money.
social media is part of the reason that the lottery gets to these insane numbers now. Because if you think like 20 years ago, the lottery's been going on, but you'd be like, all right, the lottery's at $300,000. The only way to find it out is to watch the news or hear it on the radio. Now it's all over social media. It's like, yo, the lottery's at $1 billion. Oh, let me go buy a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely draws the what do you call it, the money up, the pot up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but let's just say if you wanted, that's a way you can easily generate $1.6 billion from people out here buying. Like, they showed this one lady, she was like, yeah, I need to buy, it was like 3,100 tickets. Not $3,100 worth of tickets. 3,100 tickets.
Cali was out here in the store buying up racks of tickets. Like, celebrities were you doing that? Like, you know what I
Juju
mean?
from the Steelers went in and bought like $300 worth of tickets, and he said if he won, he was going to pay Le'Veon Bell's salary.
Yeah, I heard. He said he'll pay to get him back,
Yeah,
right?
pay to get him back.
Whatever he wants, I'll pay him whatever he wants.
First of all, I'm not thinking about football if I
Yeah,
get $1.6 billion.
idiot.
That's
Like,
the last thing on my mind.
$960 million after
I'm a billionaire.
One time.
I'm a billionaire. That's it. I'm a instant billionaire.
So what are you
Instant.
doing? First thing you doing?
Calling Hove. Yo, what's up, man? You my peer now.
Now
You know
you
what I'm
got-
saying?
whatever
now
you
you
want.
got his number.
You can do whatever you want with
No, what's the-
900
no,
No,
million.
the first thing, yeah, that's a good question. First thing you do, 1.6 billion, or 966.
I probably
million.
call my whole family and be like, "Yo, none of you guys have to work anymore."
I don't know about the
I
whole
don't got
family.
that. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't got that many people in my family.
Well, I just
so.
don't know about the whole family. I don't love everybody that much.
Damn.
I mean, not
Cold-blooded.
Not never work
You could
again.
give, you could give the
Not
whole.
never work again. I
You
mean,
could-
that's.
I'll
was
give
talking
you,
to
I'm gonna
somebody
give you
about
$1 million. You figure out what you want to do with it.
Well, see, that's the thing. Do you think everybody deserves $1 million?
Nah, but I got 900 million, dude.
Because here's the thing you got to think about, too.
What are they going?
If I know,
Go
let's
ahead.
just say, if I know Greg got a drinking problem,
Yeah.
am I giving him $1 million to go
I'ma
out
kill
there and
myself,
him?
You
man.
have to be like smart about it, but like, hey, man, I'm gonna give you some money. Don't fuck it up. If you don't fuck it up, I'll
Nah,
come back.
I'm
and
not
give you some more
doing that
money.
because you already know him. He's gonna mess it up.
He's gonna mess it up.
I gotta get somewhere and strategically plan. It may take me a few months.
You could open like a fund and be like, you can't ever touch this money till you retire.
I gotta go think about that because I thought about this too, right? Let's say, for instance, if I said, all right, y'all, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay some mortgages off for y'all fellas.
Yeah.
Right? But then let's say Kev decides, oh, all right, well, Mike paid off my mortgage. I'm about to take out an equity loan for $250,000 and go spend it on XYZ on some scam or whatever
Cool.
idea you have.
That's on
Hold
you.
on. So now it's like you double dip because it's like I paid off the mortgage for you just so you have a place where you can always call home.
Mm-hmm.
You never got to worry about paying, you know what I mean? But you took money out on that and
Yeah, but now
Now
it's
you-
on you
now
to
you
pay that
jammed
money
up.
back, not me.
or no, I'm saying, but now you and your family jammed up. So am I going to go back there and recover, or do I put certain stipulations into being like, you know what, I'm going to pay that mortgage off, but if you were to, it needs my approval if you were going to do any type of like, you know what I mean? Like I would have to, for
Yeah,
me.
but then you got to deal with all your family's bullshit moving forward.
No, I don't.
Yeah, like let me call Mike to see if I can do this.
I'm
You
moving.
ain't gotta call
I'm
Mike.
moving and I'm changing my number immediately. That's
Yeah.
the first thing I'm doing.
I'm gonna
That's
do. I'm gonna do what
100%.
Steve Harvey says he does.
What's that?
When you call in his phone, he don't call people back for like 2 weeks. He'll let you figure it out. So, like, if I already took care, like, I look at it like this: if I took care of your mortgage, that's an extra at least, let's say, $2,000 you should have each month,
Easy.
right? You don't need nothing. There's no reason why you need a home equity loan. Just wait. You can't wait a year and save that money up and do whatever you want to do at the house.
You're right.
I feel you on that.
I think I would try to maintain a similar lifestyle to the one I have right now, just so that I wouldn't work. I know that, but I don't think I'd go out and just wild out. I might for a little bit.
I'm about to say I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Like I gotta get this out of my system first.
Yeah, maybe for a
Yeah,
little
man.
bit, but
And-
I mean that's gonna get old quick.
Oh, it is. It'll get old after the first maybe 10 mil. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
10
50.
mil.
What
you
I'd
wilding
buy
out
some
on?
nice cars.
Oh, I'm stunned. Oh,
Yeah.
But please believe you thought Floyd was doing something. Listen, I'm not doing what Floyd's doing as far as like just blowing through money, but I'm gonna have a great time for a little bit, and then once I've had my fun, then it's like, to your point, now you gotta strategically figure out, all right, who gets what, because in my opinion, this should last a few generations if we play this right.
That much
man.
money, yeah.
Absolutely.
You should be able to make
Money
money to
off
live
that.
off of.
Absolutely.
Off of the money.
Exactly. Like I should be able to. That kind of money you can literally.
You can live off interest.
That's what I was thinking. I
But
should be able to live.
strategically, that's always been an idea of mine. Like one of my ideas was like, let's say if I hit, all right, cool. So I should be able to not give you any bread, but I should be able to say, like, I got $900 million. all right, I should be able to go put some money in an account where, let's say Kev he'll make an extra $100,000 a year without me giving him anything. He'll just get that off the interest without
Cool
touching the
I don't
capital.
gotta go to work.
It depends on the person. Because the
Nah,
guy
you
would
just gotta live the same lifestyle that you're living right now.
No. What I'm saying is he's talking about what he's doing for his family.
Sure.
So, I mean, the family is going to look at it like, we done
yeah.
came up. We
Yeah,
done made it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm done. I'm
That's
chilling.
when you got to keep it
And
real.
you gonna
We
meet-
didn't do anything.
You're going to meet all kinds of cousins you ain't never even knew existed.
That's dead.
You know
That's
what I mean?
dead.
Like,
Nah,
that's a fact that's
I
going
mean,
to
I
happen.
know that's probably
Yeah,
gonna
but
happen, but that's
I ain't
dead.
talked to you in how long?
Don't matter. We blood.
Doesn't matter.
dead.
Kinfolk.
Get outta here.
Kinfolk.
I know exactly what
You're not
mean
at
and
dinner,
know.
Kinfolk.
Thanksgiving, or Christmas.
Cutting.
Yeah.
You going to be like poetic justice. Cutting.
You don't mind if I get some of that money now, do you?
You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's
I
exactly.
call you lucky too. Remember that? He was like, a woman like that, I call you lucky too.
Yo, man.
I
That's
travel a lot too.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
I'm never
the whole
staying here.
family. Like I think
I
that
might,
would,
you know what? That might be what I do. I might move from the country.
or just think about
might
like
do
how
that.
much money your family probably spends to go on vacation each year. And be
Right.
like, yo, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's money that you guys now have to
I
yourselves.
don't see. I think what y'all are saying with $960-something million is small things y'all doing for your family. Because I think that
I'm
your
paying
family.
all the mortgages off, and I'm giving them some money, and that's it. I'm done.
How much money you give?
900. My family, I could easily give them all $1 million, and I'm still
Oh, absolutely.
have hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, 100%. You could do that. You could do that.
No, I am retiring my whole family. Like Kev said, I'm retiring my whole family. Like this.
No one's working ever again.
Nah, not at all. At least not for nobody. Like,
Yeah,
we gon-
I would. That's another thing too. Like I would be starting to buy franchises.
That's
and
what
my
I'm
family
thinking.
would be working at them
We
franchises.
got to start
and stuff
buying
like
businesses
that. Yeah.
because I don't see. Look, Hove is $900 million, basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, he's still working. So I'm
Right.
like, so
yeah, but
there's-
it's on his time. It's on his like.
We don't know that.
He calls the shots.
we don't know what we don't know that he's
Come on,
touring.
and he ain't doing anything. He can do whatever he wants. I'm
Let-
not signing up for that. I'm not down for that.
We don't know what the agreement between him and Rock Nation is to get that. You know
It's
what
his
I mean?
company.
No. The I'm sorry, Live Nation.
Oh, all
Because
right.
Live Nation is
Right.
the one that paid him for Rock Nation. Yeah, we don't know what that agreement is like and how much he has to do.
It's pretty good if he's making $253 million.
Didn't he say he asked him for 300,
Yeah.
275, and he might just agree kind of deal, and then you went out and made 253 on top of that.
yeah.
That's a different kind of hustle, bro. That is a different
Yeah.
level of hustling.
But yeah.
But he's still working. All I'm saying is he still has to work. You know what I mean? Beyonce still has to work. All these millionaires and billionaires, they still working.
Well, they enjoy their jobs too. I don't want to say they
Yeah,
have
it's
to
like
work.
they're not
At any
just
point,
getting up punching a clock. Like they're going and doing something they're passionate
being
about. that they
creative and stuff
enjoy.
like that. Like
You can do whatever you want. Like, yo, let me try this out. Oh, it didn't work. All right, let me try something else out.
I probably would just want to lay in the house all day.
Nah, that would get old quick
you
too.
just said you're gonna be stunting through the first.
Yeah.
I mean, right.
You
And
gonna
then,
have what?
and then once we done stunting, then I probably want to just lay and chill or
I
something.
got
don't know,
it.
get
Nah,
some
you
head
gonna
in
be
the
like,
bed. I
yo,
don't know,
let's
shit.
let me go. You gonna want to go somewhere.
You don't
ain't
ever-
never
you-
been, like,
The only person I think I would probably I would want to emulate Will Smith's life. If you ever follow him on Instagram, it feels
Yeah,
like
he's
every day
insane.
he
He's
does
doing something
something
crazy.
in another country that's
Right.
extreme. I would want to do that. I would want to go scuba diving in like the Indian Ocean one day, and then skydive like the
You
next
travel.
day, and yeah.
Yeah.
But like excursions and
Yeah.
such stuff. Yeah. I would want to swim with sharks and shit.
So
Go
Greg
to
wanna do
space.
stuff, so he might not be able to enjoy that much.
Yeah,
No.
that-
I want to go to space.
See,
you know what
and
I
that's
mean?
how
Go to
this-
space.
and
Yeah,
Then
I get
somebody
space
said,
on space.
Tell
Yeah,
me, give me
yeah.
that money. That's a waste.
Then
Elon
somebody
Musk
say
right
that's how
there.
people with money wind up dying because they have the finances to
live.
do the crazy stuff,
actually
that-
live.
go swimming with the sharks
Yep.
and stuff like that to kill themselves. Like, you know what I mean?
You can't take it with you, bro. I don't know. if
I mean,
you
that
realize
is true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
You the ones talking about it's for your family, your legacies, and all that other
Nah,
crap.
what I'm saying
You know
is
what I mean?
because I still need that to kind of like shift, like even my, like my, especially like my mom's family, like everybody gotta forget the working thing. We gotta come up with some friends, some businesses, some Chick-fil-A's, some whatever's.
Chick-fil-A's,
You know what I
nice.
mean? We gotta own some stuff where it's just like, all right, cool. This will be, the kids will have this, and then we still gotta just take a deep breath. Take some of those family trips that we've been planning and, never got around to doing. My family, like, we got to go travel, go be some just.
You work your whole life hoping to get 2-3% of what that person's walking away with, right? Like, you hope to be able to retire with like 2-3% of what that person. So that person, I don't know how old they are. I was in South Carolina, so they don't have to. It's like one of the 5 states where they don't have to publicly announce who won.
Yeah, right.
Which is crazy.
Conspiracy.
I think they should do that everywhere. Like, because think about it. If you have, say, I won $900 million and I have a kid, you kidnap my kid.
Yeah. That's happened before.
Like that's crazy.
All the money in the world. Good
movie.
movie.
It was a really good movie. I actually just watched that.
Yeah, that joint is crazy. Based on a true story too.
He didn't want to. He was like, I ain't paying.
Fuck that. You know what I mean?
Kill his
Good
ass.
luck. Yeah, good luck, bro.
And lose this number.
Yeah. And don't call here no more.
Well, you work your whole life hoping to get that, and now you 35, 40 years old, and you're like, all right, I don't gotta ever go back to work.
Not for nothing. If I had that type of money and had a kid, I'd probably be afraid of my kid. I probably would be.
Your kid would be a fuck up, probably.
Well, I would think
not your kid. I'm just saying, like any kid.
Well, the kid, the boy's son, the old man's son in the movie was a fuck up. He's a drug addict.
Yep.
But
that's what I mean, because they don't have to work. They don't know the value of a dollar or anything.
I'd be afraid that my kid would be like thinking like, oh man, all I gotta do is kill my dad and all this comes to me. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking weird shit. Like, I don't know.
Nah, those that will
those
is
are
prepared.
good.
Those that will is there.
And he knows that will is there. Like, yo, you need to understand that if I die for X amount of reasons, like, I don't know. I think they're entitled and privileged kids grow up thinking differently than regular kids do. Like, I think they think more.
But that's why you need,
I mean?
for instance, if I had, let's say if I won that money, like, Aaliyah, you going to go manage whatever business I buy, whatever franchise I buy, you going to go manage that. And you're going to go deal with the day-to-day operations of it.
So you know what hard work is.
Yeah. Now, granted, your disadvantage is the fact that this ain't you're not relying on this paycheck. But you still got to rely on that hard work and go manage that store and make sure everything is popping.
What's motivating me to do that?
What's that?
To go manage this store, make sure that everything. What's motivating me? Yeah, you said I don't have nothing to like.
That'd be like, for instance, like if I had to go to work, like if I went back to work after I won that money, I'm going to work because of I guess I'm
not because you have to.
Well, not because but I'm going to keep some type of like I guess discipline, self-discipline.
You're going really so that you're not wasting away in the house. You don't want to just sit in the house
doing stunt with all your employees, all your coworkers.
Yeah, and the minute somebody
I really gotta sign this right up.
And that's why I say, what's your motivation? Because the minute if somebody challenge me at work and I know I got bank, fuck you. Like, I don't care about, and I'm embarrassing
though.
you.
Like, even for her,
own business though.
Yeah,
like,
even for her, I need you to go do. Even if you're going to do charity work, you're going to feed the home. You got to go do something.
All right, so then I would say you got to find something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Because whatever. So then. What if she not passionate about your business that you created? Like, I don't want to manage your shit.
Yeah, you said, like, yo, what?
Well, then you got to have an idea that makes sense.
Right.
Where I can go ahead and finance it.
Okay, cool. You ain't say that. You say, yo, Aaliyah, you managing my business. And I'm Aaliyah. I'm like, Dad, I don't give a damn about your business.
But I'm saying,
I'm good anyway.
I was just giving that as an example. You're going to need something that you need to go do every day to be, to have some meaning towards your life.
I feel you.
Not just the fact that, well, I'm rich, I ain't got to do nothing.
I'm rich, bitch.
You know what I mean?
I'm good.
You get up on your own time.
Right.
Nah, you got to get up and go be a blessing to somebody else's life because your life was just blessed. I mean, I tell her that to this day.
All right.
Like, believe it or not, and I know it be like, she may not believe it or like, yo, you spoiled. Like, you live a good life. Like, you live a great life, and you may not think it, but you do. You know what I mean? Because you're not
a great life. I only have like 5 butlers and 6 maids. What are you talking about?
It ain't gonna be the Fresh Prince. It ain't gonna be the Fresh Prince experience. But I think you do kind of like, depending on what type of kid you are, if you start off with nothing, you appreciate what you do wind up getting.
Yeah, if you ever get it. Yeah.
If you had that silver spoon in your mouth from the get go.
100%. Cool. Title X was this weekend. Anybody watch?
I didn't watch.
Title.
I just know there was a ton of performers there.
Okay. All right. Well, that was quick. Great recap. Lauryn Hill was there.
Who cares?
I mean, I was just saying, like, that's why it went on. I didn't even think she was on the
really?
show. So I was like,
Tiana Taylor was there.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
Did they do the song together or whatever that they had sample clearance issues with?
I don't know.
I heard Lauren did the Nice for What remix.
Really?
She's done a Nice for What. Yeah, because he sampled her, whatever. But
I'm not going to see Lauryn Hill.
yeah. What about movies? Any movies over the weekend? Mike?
Oh yeah, the Hate You Give.
Hate You
I
Give.
seen it, checked it out. I thought it was good, man. They did some interesting things with it. I think they was trying, like, of course they was touching on what's going on now, but I think I was trying to figure out how they was.
What's the concept? Like break it down for
so
us.
basically, it's about
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna spoil everything. It's about a girl that she grows up in the hood. She goes to school in the suburbs. So she talks about the difference between her being at home and then her 2.0 version of herself at the school. Young black girl, so it's her and her brothers that go to this private school. But it just talks about, how things is different on both sides and how each person kind of views it. The black, the black side of it, in the neighborhood, they look at it like, oh, you hang around with all the white kids. And then, the white kids look at her like, they try to be as cool with her. And, and she explains why she don't use slang with them, but she uses it in the hood. It kind of made sense a little bit. But nonetheless, a friend of hers gets killed by the cops.
A white guy or a black guy?
Black guy.
Okay.
They leaving out of a party. I mean, pretty much he just taking her home, get pulled over, reaches in to grab his brush. Cops shot him. So then it goes until more after that. I'll let y'all kind of see that. But one of the things that it had a slight twist to it is Common's in it, and he's playing like her uncle who's a cop. So he's kind of explaining to her, like replaying the situation as to why cops get a pass sometimes, like when things like that happen. And he was just, basically stating that, the cops don't know if you got a weapon, if you in the car with somebody else and y'all are all fidgety and y'all talking. He don't know what's going on, like as far as their safety. But at the end of the day, he did admit that he was like, yeah, if it's like a non-black person in the car, they are more they're less reluctant to shoot than if it is like a person of color in the car. And so she was just like, you just heard what you just said, right? Like, so that basically that's already the stigma that, y'all fear a certain community more than the other and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, it was good, man. It dropped some, some key points and be thinking about some things too. Like, we kind of touched on earlier, before we started recording about, things that, experiences that you've been through and things that you may do to prepare yourself when being either pulled over or dealing with the police. And I was telling you earlier, I was like, one thing I know, from hearing this from other cops and, that I know in the neighborhood and everything like that, since, I ride around, I got tents on my car and everything like that. So if it's at night, I get pulled over, I roll all my windows down, even turn on like the dome light. That way is a little bit, they should feel less threatened approaching the vehicle in a sense that, you can see what's going on. You can see I got my hands, in plain sight. Shouldn't be any accidents. And I think for the most part, when I've been pulled over and that's been a situation, like I haven't gotten any tickets or I haven't gotten any real disrespect from the cops. I mean, it's been times where I have, but more than less though. I can honestly say that, and living in the suburban area, like it works.
So it's less threatening.
It's less threatening for the officer, which I think is the experience for them
Right.
is a little bit better because it's just like, I think they think about it like, oh well, he's been taught to do this.
Right.
Whether not to say like by a parent or something like that, but somebody that's probably in law enforcement has instructed him that this is. So I think even for them coming up to the car, like, who is like, could he be somebody that knows somebody? You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they approach me a little bit different, coming up to the,
Right.
and I've even had this happen where I've given the officer some expired information, and I knew it was expired. Like, oh snap, I gave them the wrong paperwork, and they come back to the call. Not a problem, whatever. Just whatever, just slow it down a little bit. Yada yada yada.
Accommodating. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't now. Granted, once again, this are suburban neighborhoods when I've been, and had to do this. So, who knows if that really plays a part? Y'all tell me what y'all been through.
I mean, have you ever been pulled over? You've been pulled over,
man.
obviously, right?
Pulled over a bunch of times.
Yeah. What do you do when you get pulled over?
I get everything ready. Here's my ID. Here's my license registration. I just hold it out the window.
Yeah.
They come up. I talk to them. Here you go. Here's all the stuff you need.
Yeah. It's funny because you were talking about like roll the tents down and all that. I don't get tents and all that no more. Like I've been pulled over so many times that I've just come accustomed that I'm just not allowed to have certain things. Period. And it's cool. You know what I mean? Just that's how the world works. But I think that if you grow up in certain environments, you're conditioned. Not everybody gets conditioned, right? So you get conditioned. You like, all right, well, the tents look cool, but I ain't drawing no attention to myself. Right. Them rims they hot and all that. Right. And that system sounds nice, but I ain't drawing no more attention to myself. I don't like riding with more than 2 people in my car. Definitely not more than 2 males in my car. Just me and another in my passenger. I don't like anybody in my back seat. Right. Yeah, man.
You got a lot of rules.
I do. It's real shit. I do have a lot of rules. And to be honest with you, when I moved here, I was perplexed at the level of treatment I received when I was pulled over. Total respect. Gentlemen like, hey, Mr. such and such, oh, we'll park your car right here. Oh, I'll give you a lift home. That's what made me move to PA, not for nothing. Like, that's why I decided, hey, we're settling here. Because they're treating me really, really nice out here. Well, they used to anyway. And, so yeah, I think everybody kind of has that talk. I think particularly if you're a male, specifically if you're a black male, but if you're a male in general, you're gonna find yourself in different type of situations that might involve law enforcement. If you're a black male, you're going to definitely have a talk. Like somebody's going to sit you down like, yo, man, this is how you're supposed to move in this situation. And if you don't, you might have what happened, what you were describing to me in the movie, right? Where this guy was being a little extra. And I've had friends that do that and be disrespectful. And I'm like, yo, shut the hell up.
You can't do like that's like you can't do that.
Well, see, the girl in the movie,
even if you're in the right.
Yeah, you can't
still
do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
See, the girl in the movie, her dad, he taught her like how to go through that process because he had to talk with them. I think she said when they was like 9. So when they got pulled over, she was trying to tell her friend like, no, put your hands in, up here and
plain visibility.
Yeah, but he was kind of like, still trying to be like, because I'm talking to my daughter about it. I'm like, yeah, I think he ain't asked to be killed, but he kind of like. All the extraness he was giving the cops is just like nah, you can't do that. Like, cause now you making that. Granted, the cop being smart, he can they can be being a jerk. I've had this happen to me, of course, too. But it's just like you got to know how to conduct yourself. You got to know like what part of the game you're in right now. You know Absolutely. What I'm saying? And so yeah, me and her, we've even had those conversations and whatnot.
But I would think sometimes what happens is like this is why I don't like a lot of people around me, right? Because you get emboldened by your peers sometimes, especially when you young. And when you young, it's like, oh no, you're not gonna disrespect. He's with a young lady too, so it's an ego thing at this point. You know what I mean? And as young men have a real thing about proving themselves in many different situations, scenarios, particularly when it's a female involved. So like I can see him trying to match the cop's aggressiveness if she was present and maybe he had a thing for whatever that relationship was. Even if they were just cool, you're not just going to disrespect me in front of a female like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Even spoiler alert for the movie though. At one point, the cop told him like step out of the car, yada yada yada. Now the cop, him and you can tell their egos is clashing at this point. But he told him like stay there with your hands. You know what I mean? Basically on the back of the car. He was in the back of the car. He decided to walk back to the.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He walked back.
Movie magic.
Disrespectful.
Yeah,
like, that's what you can't.
Yeah, and then he put his hand, grabbed his brush.
Well, first of all,
doing that.
That's a movie because there's no black man doing that.
Yeah, I don't think that's
saying no guy. Just the cops say stay there, and you like, man, I'm walking over. No, that's not happening.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone.
Any person, right? Well, I've seen some videos.
I got a friend. Yeah. There
I've
are
seen-
videos that
yeah,
show
sure
the
there
cops
are,
are a lot more lenient.
a little bit lenient, but it's okay. It's all good. You're right.
Dylan Roof got a ride to what, Burger King or something like that. They
Burger
said
King, yeah,
after he
know,
shot up the church
it's all good.
because he was hungry. The cops took him to Burger King.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it happens. All I'm saying, it happens. You say you had a friend of what?
Yeah, I got a friend of mine, like, non-black guy, a real good friend of mine, and when we talk about these things, and he lends his opinion. Like, it's funny, like his perspective on it. Like, he told me this one time he got pulled over. He was like, "Man, I gave that cop a piece of my mind," and yada yada. I'm thinking, like, whoa, what the hell? But he feels like. But once again, though, which I totally get, he's
He comes
not
from a different
minority.
perspective. Yeah, it's a different perspective.
The cops are here to protect and serve me. Not,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I get it. I totally understand that.
I don't know how though, in this day and age, you could think that regardless.
Yeah.
Like,
I
understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but like,
if this has been
I think
your
it depends on the person
experience
too. Like,
your
some
entire
people are
life,
just like aggressive about everything,
of course.
and it's like, all right, you're creating this energy.
True. I agree with that. But if you have been, and again, like how I've been conditioned. I think the same thing happens on the other side, right? You've been conditioned, like, hey, no, I pay your salary. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? There are certain times where you feel a little bit more emboldened to speak your mind, and there's no fear of retribution. See, I scare retribution. I scare that I'm going to jail. I'm getting put under the jail, or I'm getting killed. Like,
and that's
one
what I
of the
said
two
with my
things.
buddy. I was like, you've probably never had like that fear that when you're being pulled over that this can get ugly.
This can escalate quickly.
And he admits, like, nah, I never.
Yeah, not one time.
I just look at it like
I'm being
trying
inconvenienced.
to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And this is taking.
It's an inconvenience.
Yeah, this is an inconvenience. So let me not say anything so that I can just get back on my
love
way
that
where I'm
honesty
going.
because I think that's the realness. I think a lot of people who haven't been harassed in that manner just approach it that same way. Oh, this is an inconvenience. Or maybe people are being bent out of, and I think that was the perception before we had video phones, was that, oh, maybe these people are feeling a certain way because they're escalating an inconvenient situation. I think a lot of people might think
I
that.
want to fly off the handle sometimes.
Oh, we
but
all
I'm-
do.
This
Absolutely.
is gonna.
It's only going to take more
I have
time.
to get out.
Right.
You know,
now you
who knows
now
what's gonna
search the
happen.
car,
Yeah,
whatever.
nah,
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
trying to get to where I'm going.
Kevin carries all kinds of guns and drugs in his
Yo.
car. And we don't need
Yo.
all that. Right. Exactly. I understand why you don't want to escalate. I get it.
I
I get
remember
it.
being-
92 bricks in the trunk. We get it, Kev. Okay. You got it.
I remember being late. Like, me and my man was going to work out, and I remember telling him, I'm like, yeah, my bag, like, 'cause I'm late. And I'm like, so, I got on sweats and stuff like that. And I'm like, and it was a cop, like whatever, police was, and he was kind of like just following me the whole time. And I'm thinking like, especially I think I may have left my wallet at home. I'm like, this is going to get ugly. Like, if you pull me, because it's going to be like, I don't know, not to say I'm in like a phantom or nothing like that.
Right.
But you know what I mean? I feel the car is solid enough where it's gonna be like,
Oh, it's too nice for you to be.
It's gonna be like,
why
yeah,
you
like,
driving
It's
that?
registered in your name, right?
yeah, I know, but
Don't matter,
I don't
man.
got my info. They ain't got to run that if they don't want.
exactly.
I
Like,
think you
can
got
put-
like a week to actually present that information.
Yeah, they'll look you up and
They
see
still
whether or
gonna
not you
write you
have
a
a
ticket.
valid.
I don't have a
regardless.
week.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
like the
I got
complexion over here doesn't allow me.
Hey, you know what I don't like when they
What's
pull
that?
you over in a nice car and whatnot, and they be like, "Oh man, this is a really nice car." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
what do you do? They ask you special,
yeah,
like,
look, what do you do?
you do?
Or
You should just be like, I'm a cop.
or that's funny. Or I don't want you checking out my car because I don't know what's gonna happen when it goes to the pound. Like, I don't want you
know.
riding around in my joint. I don't want
Yeah,
you
'cause
searching through my joint.
They do.
They
that.
do that. Of course they do that. Absolutely they
Especially
do that.
down. Especially from where you from.
Yeah,
I know they use those
hell
cars for
they auction
undercover
them.
work. Yeah, they auction them, and they also use them
some
undercover work.
undercover work. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, no, don't ask me about my car. Don't compliment me on anything. Just don't try to be nice. Just let's get this over with, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, those are funny stories though, man.
And then I be
think we all
thinking
got it.
one last thing. I be thinking like, will a cop get mad? Like thinking like, well, what the hell? What do you do? Like knowing that you possibly earn more than they do.
I don't even wanna
because you
go
could look at it like, all right, this guy might be single. I'm the cop with 4 kids and a marriage. So you got more disposable income than that guy might. Like, I don't think.
I just don't think cops are thinking that rationally.
Well,
when
yeah,
they pulling you
no.
over.
Well, I'm saying that could be one of the reasons why they even more pissed off.
Of course.
If
Oh,
you,
hell
if you
yeah.
pulling me over, like what? Like
Yeah,
what are you doing?
got? Yeah, why you got all this?
What
Yeah,
are you doing?
yeah, I don't even
It's like nothing.
Yeah,
Like
nothing, man. I just got a regular 9 to 5, bro.
and that's why I feel comfortable.
I'm
and
leasing this joint, man. I'm
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
on
yeah.
it, man.
Trust
It's not mine.
Trust me. I
It's
gotta
not
turn
mine.
this
Oh,
back.
get out.
That's what I say all the time. Like you ever get people stop you like in like Sam, you know how they the siding and they renew bathrooms.
I was thinking about
or
getting
something
one of
like
those.
that.
How you
Huh?
like it? You talking about your car?
Oh no, I'm talking about like
Oh.
even the places that do like siding or roofing or they be in like Sam's or
Yeah,
BJ's.
they
and-
just flag you down. Like,
yeah, I be like, I rent. I tell people all the time,
Yeah.
I rent. Or if they ask to switch over your energy type thing,
Mhm.
That's funny.
I rent. Then they be like, all right, next. Like,
Yeah.
they kinda
Yeah,
like
get
scoot you out
dismiss
the
you
way
out
or
of
whatever.
there.
Yeah,
That's
but,
funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, yo, we got songs this week.
Yeah, we got songs.
Oh,
I got
that's
songs.
all right.
You got songs?
Kev, I mean, I can probably look through and got something real
God,
fast.
here we
I've
go,
been,
man. Here we go.
I really
Now,
ain't been
unprepared.
You got
Mike.
songs, man?
Jesus Christ. Yes,
You
Michael.
just threw these together.
I have
You
something.
did
I
just
did not throw these together. I was prepared. I definitely was prepared.
So this is the Commission Podcast weekly playlist. This is playlist number 34. It's available on Spotify. It's got new music, throwbacks, unsigned artists if you want to be featured on it. As always, email us at thecommissionpod@gmail.com.
Giving you a little bit of everything.
If we like it, it might make the playlist. If not, don't resend it.
Man, Kev got real serious. I heard the bass.
Send it.
Yeah, man. Guys are repackaging.
Yeah.
Repackage, rebrand.
A lot of music came out yesterday. Now,
Well,
it's today. You're right.
Last night, this morning.
My Ty album came out. Tory
Yeah.
Lanez came out.
Yeah.
Mick Jenkins came out, new album.
I mean, I've been listening to albums.
Black
I'm
Eyed
saying.
Peas dropped a new album.
I seen the album
And,
cover.
Yeah, did you see the features on it?
Nah, I didn't go through that far.
Nas, Slick Rick,
Mm.
I think Tribe Called Quest. A couple members of Tribe have a feature. I was actually really surprised by the features. I didn't listen to it yet, but I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I just seen the cover of it on, on the new album.
John
this week.
Legend's Christmas album came out. I know you were excited about that.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
Hold on,
a
why you
legendary
been showing?
Christmas.
All right, I might.
I
Nah.
don't know. It's not.
I
I think it's
around
just like
Christmas time, I might give it a
yeah,
spin.
around Christmas. I saw it this morning and I'm like, this seems like real bad timing for this. Like maybe after Black Friday, put it out.
Yeah, maybe after Thanksgiving. Like,
Yeah,
ain't that
but-
normally when they start playing?
Yeah, because
That's
I'm
not a
not.
violation.
I'm not
Why
checking for it this week for
No.
sure. To your
Before
point,
Halloween, you got
Yeah.
Santa Claus
Christmas
is coming.
album out.
Santa
thought that was
Claus
bad
is
timing.
coming from. Oh man, John Legend. Okay. I mean, I got a couple of songs though. I mean, I can
Alright.
go.
Go.
Mean, so so what I was listening to earlier, and I was going back through some throwback Wayne.
Okay.
So I was listening to that "I'm Not a Human Being" album.
I liked that. Bill Gates was on that.
That's Bill Gates. That's the one.
That was my
of 'em.
joint.
We'll use that one. I'm Single. I don't know why I say featuring Drake.
Because the one,
It's Lil
the
Wayne.
original one had Drake on it, but I don't think it's on the
album, but the
Yeah.
album one says featuring Drake.
Oh, does it?
I
Does,
don't-
he, does he
yeah.
sing the hook on it?
Nah, he's not.
That's weird.
It sounds like it's just Wayne, like the whole one. Unless it was just.
They use the
was that the
auto
time?
tune on that.
Yeah, was that the
Yeah.
time?
Single.
Yeah, I was about to say unless that was the time Drake was converting over to Wayne's
I think
Style, and he sounded like him.
yeah. I mean, no, honestly, I ain't even trying to be funny. I think that's probably then. But
I like
yeah.
that song, man. That beat was crazy. I love that beat.
I like
Yeah,
that
that's-
album. That had the. There was another joint on there with Drake, I think too, right? Gonorrhea.
Yeah, Gonorrhea was
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
Gonorrhea is on there.
They were rapping on.
And then the what am I missing? What am
Why
I
would you
missing?
name a song?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh?
I don't like the look of that. I don't like the look of it. That had who else was that featuring?
Oh, yo, that was the Willy Wonka sample, right?
I think so.
I think it was a Jaleel beat.
I'm trying.
These are all Wayne joints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went off the whole the I'm Not a Human Being album. I was listening to that earlier. Nicki was on that joint. Not sure who produced that one. But yeah, those are my 3. Anything I missed?
What's the first one? Who was his first one?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Kev kind of shot that one out the door though.
Vans,
off of
skinny
that
jeans,
one.
fresh pair of Vans. That joint was hard.
But you know what else? I'm gonna throw another one out there. Throwback Wayne. I guess I'm doing Throwback Wayne this week because I'm talking all old Wayne joints. But off which album was that? I think it was safe to say it was a Rebirth album. Hold on. On Fire.
Okay.
That was I know that was Cool and Dre. They killed that joint. That beat was all that.
Do we have to know the producers when we say these
Nah.
songs? Okay,
Nah,
I'm like, yo, I don't
Giving out a
know
little knowledge.
anybody who
Yeah.
produced any of mine. Well, actually, I do.
Extensive hip hop knowledge.
Actually, I think I do. I do know for my first one.
Yeah, On Fire was all that. All right, go ahead.
Oh, that's
on
all
you,
good.
Greg.
Oh, it's okay. All right, cool. You know what I mean, my first one. Shout out to Push. I want to give him a yuck. I like that. Yeah, give him some old school Push clips featuring Pharrell, Mr. Me Too. I was rocking that joint earlier. I love that beat.
The Wayne diss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
I gave
the
all
first-
Wayne. He
Yeah,
going right
yeah,
at my
I'm
neck.
going- yeah. Oh man, okay. You know what? Let's keep this. Wait a minute. I gotta have to
Let's keep
change
the
something.
wave going.
Hold up. Yeah, let's keep the wave going. So, second joint should be
Exodus.
I never actually heard Exodus. I searched for it. I couldn't find it. I was looking for it. I want to hear Exodus.
Crazy.
The video.
I
that's
was
the-
crazy.
Yeah.
New God Flow. Let's go New God Flow. Since we go, yeah. Call them 5. Say they 5 stars, but sell you dreams. Yeah. Another Wayne
Yeah.
Birdman diss.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm coming straight at. Yeah, let's come at Wayne and Mike's list real quick.
All right.
What else? What else? Fuck it, throw Exodus on there. I don't even remember it. I never even heard
It was
it.
hard.
Throw Exodus on
That's
there.
when he first went at Wayne's. Well, he went at Wayne.
No,
and
he
Drake
went at
at the
Wayne
time.
before.
Yeah, they
Before
were
that.
throwing.
They've been
jabs
going at each other for
No,
a
I'm
minute.
talking about that was Wayne. Was that Wayne and Drake?
Yeah.
Because you signed to another
signed-
man
yep,
that
they
signed
signed
to
with
another.
Yeah, but it started with the whole what happened to that boy
Yeah.
when they shot that
Way
video. Something happened during the time they was in New Orleans,
That joint was hard, too.
and that was a hard ass song. But something happened when they was in New Orleans. That ever since then, Push and Birdman been beefing for forever, and that's like what 03.
Way
I'm saying 02 or some shit. Yeah, that joint was
That
crazy.
beat was
I got 2 more joints though.
All right,
From the Beloved album. Shout out to Styles P, Dave East. Shout out My Hood. That joint grimy. New
That
York
was what
beat.
I meant. Is that the one I meant to do?
Nah, you had the gun joint, the
The
last
gun?
track on it.
Oh, with the locks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard too.
All
but
right.
Shout Out My Hood is
Okay.
a banger. And Beloved's a banger. It
Beloved,
starts off
that
hard.
intro is a banger.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
comes
it
on
is.
real hard.
That's what made me listen to the whole album. I ain't gonna even front. When I
Yeah.
heard, I'm like, oh, all right, just let it play now.
Yo, to that point, what was I listening to? Oh, when I was coming up here, I had the Tory Lanez album on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have an intro on your album, and the Jeremiah and Ty Dolla $ign album, there's
jumps
no
right
intro
into it,
either.
though. Yeah.
That gets on my nerves. Like,
What
if
you
don't
mean,
have
if it
an
just
album
starts
intro,
with this
if it
music?
just starts, because I
song.
feel like it's just like a collection of songs then. Which
No.
a lot of albums are.
No,
But
you
I
don't-
think you need an intro or like an intro track.
Maybe an intro track.
Yeah.
I definitely don't
It
want to
doesn't
hear
have
intro.
to be like a skit intro,
Yeah,
like
I
the
don't
Wayne
want.
Carter.
Yeah, I'm about to say
joint.
I do not want
Nah.
to hear.
But like you
My
need
son,
Zetha.
hey.
Yeah.
I don't need Zetha crying on the track.
I
halfway through
need
the
an
album.
intro track though on your album. Something
Best
to get
intro.
best intro.
We
Best
talked about
intro.
this.
I don't,
Not
Oh,
best
ever?
intro.
Like all time? Best, intro?
What's your best intro?
My favorite intro?
Dreams and Nightmares is crazy.
That's going to be up there, definitely.
Dynasty intro is crazy. I think.
Nah, I was going to say
I'm
off
waiting on somebody to say what I'm thinking.
of Kingdom Come. That
Yeah,
that
that
intro
joint's
was
crazy.
crazy.
The intro is crazy.
You know what intro I really like?
Fake thug, no love, you get the slug. Remember that
CB4
whole
Gusto
joint?
with that wasn't
Had
an
that
intro.
whole- hold on, it kind of played into it though, because they had a little track before it and just mellowed into
Okay.
that.
Oh, you're talking that. I'm thinking you're talking intro to an album. You're talking intro to a song.
Well, no, I'm talking
didn't
like,
intro the
hold
album.
on. When you first put that on, you got the. Nah, it was something before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was a good intro? And
I'm thinking that. What was?
Stillmatic
wow.
had a good intro.
I'm trying to think.
Right.
What intro was that when they
I
had
remember
they
that.
chopped up the Nas joints?
Oh, on
It was
I
on
Am.
Nas.
On I Am.
That was I Am that did that.
Yeah.
Was that I?
Alright.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that's what I'm
yes.
thinking about.
Yeah,
Chopped
that was
up
hard.
that,
That was
and
hard.
some other
And then
stuff.
it went
was.
into
Went to Street Dreams, and then it went to
yeah.
and then it transitioned to that New York State of Mind
Yep.
remix with Alicia Keys.
Nah.
Yeah, it was. It is on I Am. It's the first track on there.
It's part 2. She's not on it.
Or
though.
part? No, it is.
Well, he mean.
No, I guarantee you, it is. It. Trust me. Go to I Am. I promise you, it's her.
Alicia Keys. I
It's
don't think
Alicia
she was-
Keys and Nas. New York, New York, New York, New York, New York City.
I'm looking at it right now.
What's the first track?
This is New York State of Mind Part 2.
Play it. New York,
Yeah, at least she's
New
not on
York,
that.
New York.
She was. They did a remix. I know what you're
New
talking
York,
about.
New York. I do love this song.
It's not. Let's get to your playlist.
I'm
though.
sorry. That joint's hard. God damn. Add that to the.
It's
God
Esco.
damn, that joint's hard.
It's Esco.
And then my last joint was and I tagged this guy because I know you guys haven't heard of him. Brett Fayez. I might be mispronouncing his name. He actually had he was on. I want to say he's on Black Panther's soundtrack. I definitely want to say he's on the Insecure soundtrack. But the name of the song is called Target on My Chest. He came out with an EP, Lost, last week. So definitely nice little listen. Check him out.
All right. Cool. I got this dude's Malcolm Chester. He sent us music. He's out of North Carolina, Fayetteville.
Shout out to Malcolm.
And
Shout out
he's got a
North
new
Carolina.
album coming out on November 2nd, I believe, is when the album drops. And he sent me the album, and he sent all of us the album.
Okay.
We checked it out. There's a joint on there called 241 that I like, so I'm gonna put that on there.
Nice.
Summer Walker. I've been listening to that album a lot. Last Day of Summer. She's been on the playlist, I think, 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a joint called Smart Water on the album I like.
Solid album too. Like I don't know any. I ain't point out any songs because I just let it rock. Just let it rock through.
me too. I let
It
the
was
album
solid.
run through. It's kind of short, but
How many
Yeah.
tracks?
it's like 12 or 13
how
tracks,
long
but
is it?
there's
They're only like
Short.
They're like
maybe.
A minute
some of
and
them
a
have
half
like
songs?
a couple of
Yeah.
songs real short.
Yeah.
And then the Mai Tai album finally dropped today. I'm a fan of that. I like the joint with French. It's called FYT.
Just because of the beat.
Yeah, they flipped the
They ain't need French on there. I hate that. I don't want to
What's the
sound like
beat?
a hater.
the fucking You Tonight joint.
Oh,
It's like
the
it's a flip
Biggie
of it.
joint? Oh, okay.
Flipped it.
Yeah, they ain't need French though. They could have got somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind when French sings the hooks on songs.
He had a
verse on there, too, yeah.
Well, they didn't need his verse. Let's just say they could have got somebody else's verse. No shot. Wait till you hear the song. Check it out on the playlist. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. Because it got better after he got off of it.
Damn.
And then my last joint of the week is
a
Queen Cardi's new joint, Money.
I heard that was whack. I haven't heard it yet, but I heard it wasn't. I mean, I ain't say it's whack, but I heard it wasn't.
It's not the one. I know. I can tell you that. It's not.
I definitely saw her in the studio on Meek's timeline. on his
Yeah, they
brand.
got a track.
Yo, Meek got it.
Meek's album's supposed to be like a classic.
This shit might be a banger, bro. Every time I heard a snippet of his, man, that joint bangs. I'm like, okay, all right, Meek. And I was very impressed with Wins and Losses. Still very impressed. I'm mad that I missed that train. Well, I was late to that train, but Wins and Losses is a good album. For real. Definitely.
I heard the Migos might break up.
No, they're coming out. Each one of them are coming out with an album before
I
the
heard
top
that's
of the
just
year.
to get out of the deal, though.
Well, good luck with them. No one's checking for Migos music.
Yo,
They breaking-
the
what's
dude's
his
dropping a Takeoff, right? He's dropping a solo album next week.
Good luck with it. I didn't even know he talked. What he sound like? Never heard his voice before. Like, what are you? How are you gonna drop an album? And the only thing I know you for is mixing or scratching in the dressing room, backstage. Like, he looked crazy when he on the tables. But other than that, I don't know what the ball sounds.
We
like.
need it's getting cold out. We need a Fab project.
Fab is working on a project. He said his next mixtape is going to be available on iTunes because he's trying to monetize.
Okay.
Which I
When's
think
the
he should have
last
been
time
doing that.
Fab dropped a legit album.
Loso's Ways.
Just Fab by himself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Like a studio album.
No. The one with Ball Drop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was an album.
Yeah. What was it called?
I can't remember the name of it.
I
I
know you're talking
downloaded it
about,
too
though.
though. But yeah, that was the last one I heard. That was like 3-4 years ago, probably. At
Young
least.
OG project.
Yeah, Young
2.
OG. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Coming off the
That's
heels
right.
of those soul tapes. Yep.
Those were great.
Yeah, they were great. Yeah.
You guys got any shouts before we get out of here?
Yeah. A couple shots. Shout out to it's going family, all family shout outs today. So shout out to my great aunt, uncle, Aunt Nita, Uncle Walter. You know what I mean? Definitely had a great time last weekend, chilling with family, cousins, Cornell, Ty, Milo, everybody.
They listen.
Derek, Daryl. Yeah, man, I hope so. I don't know. Well, maybe. I'm still gonna shout them out. And also shout out to my little sister. My little sister's birthday was what's the day? 26th?
Yeah.
Yesterday, the 25th.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, I know she listens. So shout out to you,
birthday.
Tosh. Happy birthday. Enjoy, turn up, don't do nothing crazy. I think that's all I got. Mike?
Man. Shout out to the listeners once again.
You always shout out the listeners.
Rocking out with us. They don't have to, man.
They don't,
They
man.
decide to rock out, so hey,
You could have been
shout
anywhere in
them
the
out.
world when you
Yeah,
decide
but
to
you
listen to us.
You can listen to anything else. I think that's really it. I ain't got to be nothing serious this week.
No. All right. Shout out to all, like I said, or Mike said, shout out to all the listeners, man. I'm here for the.
Shout out to my man Malcolm, man, for sending some music, man, and everybody that
about
sends
that?
us music, man. Really
we
appreciate
got
your stuff.
We had a bunch of music this week, but Malcolm joint was
a standout.
Yeah, he was a standout.
All right,
full,
man.
Full project too. We get it early.
That's impressive. That's impressive. All right, man.
All right, we're out.
Peace.
The commission.